Welcome to the Winds of Chaos, the Dungeons & Dragons campaign where you influence the course of the game. You can harness the Winds of Chaos, this nefarious force of change sweeping across the land of Gondara, by donating bits during the game to help or hinder our heroes. For 300 bits, our heroes may find a useful, mundane, non-magical item. For 400 or 500 bits, you buff the monsters that our heroes are facing, with a minor or major mutation respectively. Special thanks to Bow the Distance for creating the random monster mutation table that we roll on for these redeems. For 600 bits, you compel a player character's flaw. For 700 bits, you grant inspiration to one of the player characters. That's a reroll of the d20 for them to use during a clutch moment. For 800 bits, you make Flutter Die roll on the Wild Magic Surge table, our community's favorite. Flutter's character, Kiona, is a wild magic sorcerer and doesn't have full control over arcane powers, and every now and then, well, you'll just have to wait and see what happens. Finally, subscribers to the DM's channel, that is twitch.tv/ghostpepper, can harness the Winds of Chaos to blow a custom NPC or magic item into the party's path. Please direct message Ghostpepper on Discord for more information. And if you're a regular supporter of this campaign on Twitch, please consider instead directing your support over to their monthly Ko-Fi subscription plan, as they use the proceeds over there to go directly towards improvements of the game, such as music, artwork, and subscriptions to different services that make the game that much better. Any monthly supporters on Ko-Fi get a free Major Monster Mutation, Wild Magic Surge, custom NPC, or magic item once per month. We really appreciate all of our Ko-Fi subscribers, bit redeemers, and every single one of you watching the game. Now please relax and enjoy the show.
Hello. I'm muted. Oh my god.
Hello, everyone. Doesn't Ghost's haircut look amazing? Looking sharp, man. Looking sharp.
Thank you. Thank you. My goodness.
Fuck it. What?
What?
What? Who's talking about me?
I don't know.
Rai Rai? Rai Rai Jones?
My OBS was not picking up my mic. Yay! Hi!
Whoops.
Hi, everybody. Everybody in chat. I just gave everybody a shout out. I'm doing it again. Rice, Cyberwolf, Bogdatus, Carly. What is up? Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the subs, you guys. Oh my god. Ridiculous amounts of months.
Hey.
Ridiculous amounts of months.
I know,
So
right?
many-
No golden
Like,
kappa this
crazy to me.
time? What? Those bitches. Bruce
No
Campbell,
golden
Silk,
kappa.
Lumps, Woof, Striker, thank you for those subs. You guys are
My
amazing.
kappa is only gray.
Only gray. I used
Only
it once
gray.
in that one session
Unless
when we unlocked
Hey.
Hey.
I'm so upset. Oh my.
I know what. Oh my god! I think I'm gonna be slightly salty about that for a long ass time. Oh my god!
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a
Just remember how sarcastically excited we were for the golden kappa, and then we learned it was like, congratulations, you unlocked it for 24 hours.
24 hours.
What?
I know, right?
Disgusting.
Ridiculous.
Amazing.
Ugh.
Amazing.
Oh no, there's no ghost pepper emotes on this channel.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh well.
I'm sorry.
Gotta get Bruce on that.
Oh,
Vinyl
Bruce has all
Circle,
these
Thank you. Cheers, darling.
emotes of my various facial expressions.
There we go. That'll work.
there you go.
Bruce can be an editor. I don't know. How do I make Bruce an editor? Like, I.
Are you using
I've forgotten.
7TV?
I've
Yeah.
forgotten.
Yeah. Okay.
It's been
There's a
so long
way.
since I was
I
on
don't
there.
remember how though.
I know, right?
I like said it once and then forgot about it. That's just.
Yeah, exactly, right.
Yeah, it's
Revisited
done. It's
that
done
in
through the
years.
website. It's not that hard.
Oh,
Yeah.
Whatever.
that's nice.
You have to be arsed to take the time to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god, wait, Flutter.
That was Rai
58
Jones.
months.
58 months.
Are we 2 months away from 5
Yeah, that's right, man.
years?
Doing this?
For this campaign.
Oh my gosh.
No,
For me
um,
being affiliate.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Oh
That sounds
my
about right,
god,
actually.
that's crazy.
That's yeah.
5
I wanna say
years.
It's like June or July or something
What?
like that. Yeah. July, August. Wait,
That's
when is
wild.
that? Yeah. We should do a party. We should do a 5-year anniversary party.
Yeah, we
That'd be
should.
super
I
fun.
didn't even think
Yeah.
about that. I'll have to figure out when it is and hone in on a date and spam
Oh,
it
yeah.
about.
Yeah, Twitch should tell you. I mean, my follow age should be longer than that because I think I was following you before.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 years, 25 days.
Oh, wow.
hours.
Yeah.
That's
So,
crazy.
yeah. A couple of months after that.
Time
I got,
flies when
got
you're
it.
having fun.
Yeah. We should have a.
Collie,
we should
that
have
means our.
We should have a community stream anniversary party. Yeah.
Yeah, we should. That would be fun.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Collie, that means our 5-year friendiversary is going to be in July. Because July is when Megan and I started playing Minecraft with you guys.
That's right. God, can
Yeah.
you guys remember that Minecraft server? That was so
That
fun.
was
Oh,
so
I remember
much
that Minecraft server. Oh
fun.
my god.
That was great.
Oh, it was so much fun.
I remember my house being full of chickens. I
Why
don't know what happened there.
I don't know who did that.
Who put all those chickens in my house?
Who could have done it?
would anybody do such a thing?
I think it was a game bug ghost. That's
I
what
was
it was.
building
must
like
have
a
been
half
game bug.
underwater aquarium house in that one.
Yeah.
Remember
Oh.
I
that?
just spent all my time breeding
Oh, yeah.
horses the whole time.
Wolf was just making the master horse. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, Carly, get on it. Craft those mines
Yeah.
Hey, hell yeah.
or
Craft
something.
That's a
those
good game
mines,
right
I
there.
guess.
Carly did it too.
Carly and I are both horse girls, so
Oh yeah.
Flutter, have you seen the Minecraft movie by now?
Yes.
You must have with your
Yes.
two boys.
We saw
yeah.
it the like day it came out. Of Of course we did. Yes. My boys know more about Minecraft than I ever knew, and I've been playing it for longer than they've been alive. So I just almost, you know.
Yes.
Crazy.
Spill the
Oh my
tea.
Oh, we gotta spill the tea.
Oh, cute.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
emote.
that's such a good emote.
That's
Oh my
so
god.
Wow.
Cute.
I'm so pleased.
Yay,
Oh.
Striker, yay, cheers. Thank you for the hype train, you guys. Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Woo. Yay.
That's so good.
Yay. So yeah, 5-year stream anniversary party, you guys, coming up in a
Hey.
couple of months.
Hell yeah.
Couple of weeks. Whenever we can figure it out.
Yeah.
But
Sign me up. Oh.
Tonight.
Tonight is
time.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Dragons and
That's right,
Dragons.
guys.
I like to cast
There is
magic
some-
missile, please.
There's some like
Firebolt.
IT convention
Firebolt.
in town,
Firebolt.
and they keep coming into the bar and being like, "We're a bunch of nerds," and I was like, "You guys don't know."
Yeah, yeah, it's okay.
Not to announce it. It's not true.
It's like,
alright.
no, this is not.
Dude.
Yes, with Orc Daddy.
Oh my goodness.
I did that nerd voice in a class earlier this year. They were asking me something, and I was like, they were giggling about something when I was talking to another student about D&D club, and some girls over here were giggling, and I turned to them and I said, "Are you laughing at me because I play Dungeons and Dragons?" And the whole class like exploded. Like they were like, "Oh!"
I bet.
I thought it was
Oh,
so
man.
funny. And then they immediately got into fights with each other because they were like, "That sounds like you," and then they got all pissed off.
Oh no.
This is the thing when you teach high school is like you could say Dungeons and Dragons, and then you'll have drama on your hands because 20 kids are making fun of each other because that
It's
sounds like
like-
you. No, that sounds like you. That doesn't sound like me. That sounds like you.
It's like, yeah, Mr. Pepper can do accents, okay? Like,
Oh boy,
Well,
I
speaking
can't
of,
do accents. That's the secret.
You can do
No,
accents
you
if
really
I-
can,
I was
dude.
gonna
You
you are
say,
really good. Don't even start.
no,
I can do, like,
you
2.
guys, I
I
have
know.
0 accent capability these days. That's where I start one and then I just immediately veer into another one, and I don't.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I know, right? I always fall back into
You
like,
guys, I have to tell you.
yeah.
I recently went on a trip on a plane, and I was sitting next to this woman, and she had a little bit of a southern accent, and I couldn't
Oh.
help but my Kiona came out, and I was like so embarrassed. Like I was like, "What are you like?"
No,
I
you gotta
just
stick
started
with it
doing
then.
it,
The whole plane ride.
yeah, then you're committed, right?
right? I
Like
was
you
just
can't
like,
go back now.
It was so worse. It's just because I heard it, and I just started to like associate with it. Like,
And then you have to keep it up for the whole plane ride.
Right. Oh, it was so bad. I felt it was so weird. I was like, I'm just gonna get in my iPad now and stop talking to you.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's like a
This
bit
game
from Friends or
coming to real
Seinfeld or
life.
something.
I know they
Like-
must have done that at some point, right?
It's a problem, Bo.
That's
It's
crazy,
weird.
yeah.
Like, and I can go to a place, and if I'm surrounded enough by it and a heavy enough accent, some of my words will start to come out like the accent, the native accented words, right? And
Yeah.
it's just like an automatic, like maybe it's like a defense mechanism to blend in or something. Like,
Oh,
you
wow,
know,
yeah.
I don't know, but like it
Yeah.
automatically happens, and I catch myself, and I'm like, I'm really not trying to be rude. I promise. Like,
right. Yeah.
Liminal space.
No kidding.
Yes.
Woof, this thing you sent me, I am making
Mhm.
a handout for it,
Okay.
and it is going to go into your little Mazda
Okay.
folder. So you should right underneath your Goblin Lucky Charm.
Chat, I hope you're ready for a 100% guaranteed gold-plated Orc Daddy.
Oh, you want me to put the image in there too?
No, you don't
I
have
need
to.
do that.
But
Yes,
I mean,
Ghost.
you
have
can.
to.
You can actually, because
Oh.
I made the handout editable by you.
Oh,
no, it's
So you
not.
can-
It's not. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Right. Well, welcome everybody. We're gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons. Finally, this might be a short session because some of us are sick, some of us are tired, some of us are injured, some of us are a combination of those. Yeah, some of us have cats that keep us up at night.
I have to keep muting to blow my nose every 30
Oh my
seconds.
god, me too.
Oh my god, my
Me
frickin'
too. Yeah,
these bloody. I don't know what is going on this year, but it's so bad.
it's
My
cottonwoods. It's cottonwood trees across British Columbia.
Oh,
Yeah. Yep. So it's really bad here. Apparently, it's really bad down where you are. I knew it was really bad here, but my
It's
God,
like us with the
this
mountain
is-
cedar. It's like Satan's tree.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
so
god.
bad.
Yep.
It's so bad. But anyway, we're gonna play on for as long
Hell
as we can. We have a question of the day. We would like your answer in chat to the question of the day for your D&D character or any other TTRPG character who is near and dear to your heart. Certainly, we'll be getting our players here to answer the question of the day. But the question of the day is, where in the world they inhabit would your character most want to retire? Right. So obviously, for our players, this is the world of Gondar, the world of that the Winds of Chaos takes place in, or at least a continent that this is all taking place in. For you, maybe you have a character near and dear to your heart who is from the Forgotten Realms, so tell us that. But in any case, while our players are thinking of their answers to the question of the day, we have some thank yous to distribute to certain people in our community. First of all, thank you to our Ko-fi subscribers for your continuing support of this campaign. For your Ko-fi membership, you get a Wild Magic Surge, a Major Monster Mutation, a custom magic item or NPC to appear in the campaign, and all proceeds from those memberships go straight into supporting this campaign. So paying for the subscription to Roll20 so that we have some enhanced features, commissioning artwork, some different assets, map assets, token assets that we have purchased over time, like map editing programs that we purchase over time that create some of the maps that you have seen in this campaign. So thank you so much to your continuing support. Second thank you is to Starborn Striker, aka Megan, and Bo the Distance for being our resident rules lawyers. So happy that Bo could make it to tonight's session. I hope work has been treating you well, friend. I know you're really, really busy. But yeah, thank you for helping keep us on the straight and narrow, helping us with reading up on and interpreting the rules whenever there is a rule conflict or a rule uncertainty. Third thank you is the Vinyl Stencil for helping out with the bits redeems and helping us to organize everything so that the game can keep on rolling when people redeem bits. And the final thank you is to all of you in chat, just for being you, just for being cool, just for being your awesome selves. So Megan says Darfin will never retire. Nafima will retire to liminal space with a lot of wine. There you go. She'll retire to the back rooms.
I love it. Yeah.
That's right,
Oh
that's right.
God. Oh no.
Yeah, but the secret is that she's the thing that's haunting it.
Yeah. Yeah. Her and her wine.
And the snails.
All right.
Fema
And
should
the
have a wine
snails. Oh my
chicken.
God.
Oh,
Ooh.
we need to get a Fema a wine
go.
chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What about Foodle? Where would Foodle most like to retire?
So Foodle is a young man. He is, I don't know how old he is in gnome years, but he's the equivalent of like a 21-year-old. And the idea of retirement to him, oh my God, the idea of retirement to him is like, what? I'm never going to retire. Like, you know, there's always going to be another fight and, you know, other people to help, right? But I do think, so that's Foodle right now, right? I do think as he gets older and hopefully, God's willing, wiser, he may realize that being a hero doesn't just mean fighting cosmic threats. Sometimes it's making a difference in your local community. Sometimes it's taking someone under your wing and mentoring someone, you know. Anyway, so there are more ways to help people than fighting dragons, right? And so I do think if Foodle gets to that point, he would want to retire in like a small village in the forest somewhere where he can take someone under his wing like his aunt did for him, right? And anyway, so yeah, I think that's hopefully a point where Foodle would get to. But right now he's like, no, hell no, I'm never gonna retire, right? Anyway. But that's Foodle, sorry.
Hold on, Megan's here.
Okay. What about Mazra?
She would, I mean, I think she's similar and like, I'm just never gonna retire, but it would either have to be probably Del Kalash because they've put so much work into it, they're already there, or the Stone Spires where the orcs are. So
Back to the homeland. Right on.
Mhm.
Yeah. Make a positive change there, right?
Yeah,
like
but I
that.
don't know if she would. I don't know if she would feel like because they put so much work into Dalkalash. Like she'd probably stay there. I think.
Well,
Yeah.
to that point, Dalkalash is where Kiona would be. She's building this place because of her people that she has discovered, right? Like, so this is a home for them, and she can say that it can be a
Yep.
home for everybody because, you know, could make it a great city.
Yeah. I like that.
And
I
we
like
can
that.
build a perma portal for Mazra to visit the Stone Spires. Or the Grey Spires.
Oh, the
Storm
Stone
Spires.
Storm Spires.
Spires.
Storm
Why
Spires.
did we have
Jesus.
that word? I cannot
Jesus.
for the life of us tonight.
You know, if only one of the players in this campaign didn't name his fucking campaign something
Just
almost
really so
identical.
close.
I know.
I'm just like,
Oh, God.
anyway.
Ghost
Yes,
is judging
we
me
would,
so hard
we
right
would
now,
build
as he
a
should
portal for Mazra to be able to get back and forth easily. So that, you know. What are you doing?
Look at that. He's not angry. He's just disappointed in me. Oh my God.
Now let's see if I can fix this. Oh my
Yeah.
god. There we go.
like floating in the frame, like amazing.
Oh my god.
Love it.
Oh, yeah.
You guys kill me.
Hi, Redacted. Welcome. You guys,
Hello, Redacted.
has been sharing with me some really cool D&D character ideas.
Oh, that's cool.
While she hangs out in my chat, so... Yo.
Right on.
Welcome, welcome. These are the peeps I told you to follow yesterday.
Yeah, welcome, Redacted. What did Bo say? Treeroot is probably close to retirement, actually, I think. He would like to retire an account on the edge of the Forest of Lost Shoes. Oh my goodness.
Maybe.
Remember the Forest of Lost Shoes? Oh.
How could
Fiona
we
does.
forget? How could we forget?
Oh my goodness, it was a lot. Redacted. Some really cool character ideas. A wild magic sorcerer who is one of the rabbit kind that was kidnapped as a child and lived in the Feywild and got the wild magic from living there, essentially. Some really cool. Her fur is moss. That was what I thought was cool. Like her fur is turned into moss. Yeah.
Giga Phillip.
Giga Phillip.
He's waiting for us.
He is waiting.
He's out
for
there
us.
somewhere.
He's out
He's gonna
there
strike
in the
when we're
Feywild,
least
expecting
it.
waiting to strike.
Giga Phillip was just the best. As soon as I gave it a name, everybody
Yeah.
was like buffing it with monster mutations.
Mutate the shit out of that, yeah. Yeah, exactly, Bo.
That's what Poodle should do with his downtime. Learn to use the mail.
Yeah.
Learn to, yeah, oh my god. Wait.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
it's
shit.
another classic, another instant classic. Oh, this guy from the future, another dimension, delivers us a package. No sweat. Somebody delivers us the regular mail. Who are you? Who sent you?
Anyone here?
How did you get this letter?
Yeah. Oh god.
My head was in my hands.
Look, we've been so transformed by our life of adventure and craziness that we don't know what regular life is anymore.
Yeah.
It actually
I think
is
the
really
best
hard to
part-
think about that regular life thing.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the best part is like V is of no help. You know, he's like, I don't know. Right? It's like he doesn't know what the mail is either. So he's like, yeah, weird shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This
He
is
needs, like, a
why
pen
V
pal.
is such a great creation, and this is
Oh my
ATM
God,
Zero's
yeah.
creation.
Yeah.
But V
So
has
good.
like some sort of ridiculously like 14 intelligence, 16 wisdom, 24 charisma, and is absolutely no help.
It's so good. It's
because
so good.
because he's a knife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no experience.
He
in
does
the
not
world that we exist
experience
in.
doesn't experience the world the same way we do. He's a knife.
Yeah, exactly. Bo. Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Well, without further ado, thank you everybody for your character answers. That was so much fun. I feel like it's a good thing that Mazra and Kiona's long-term life goals seem to be in alignment. That always bodes well.
I mean,
I was thinking the
as
same
long
thing.
things seem to be sailing toward a certain look. We got a baby dragon now. I feel like things are looking up. Like,
As long as you don't turn into the VBG, like,
okay, but you gotta help me stop this shit going down in our city. Then that's all. I can't be having people trying to melt all the Korai, or whatever they're doing to them, disintegrating their souls. I don't know. It's not good. I don't like it.
double winning.
Oh my goodness.
Possibly a
Double.
funeral. Yeah, I mean, you guys are assuming Foodle's gonna survive. Like,
I feel like assuming that Kiona and Manzar are gonna do a wedding ever is like, I
It's
don't
a big-
know. I feel like
It's a
They
big
wouldn't.
assumption
That's
that any
true.
of you are going to survive
that-
at this rate.
I know.
yeah,
it's
for
true.
real.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
a
I'm
good
like, seriously,
point.
how have any of us
You-
survived so far?
Right? I don't know. I don't. It's not from being discreet. That's for damn sure. Don't tell Foodle that. But
The legend of
Eldra!
Foodle was born that day when they were doing a stealth mission, and Foodle immediately shot a guy in the face.
Yeah. Oh
Well,
my
there
God.
goes stealth.
Yeah.
You
God.
guys.
All right.
Eldra is having an Aerie built in the mage tower. And Repeat will have a nest nearby because Kiona's gonna make sure they're good friends as they grow up together. A mimic and a wild magic
As long as Repeat doesn't eat any of Eldra's horde.
Right, which we will make sure to teach them those things as it goes on. Although Repeat has had a very healthy diet of like bad guys and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I do think
Hopefully
we
that
actually
doesn't
fed
have any
Repeat
ill
a dragon
effects.
once. Okay.
And
Yeah.
Eldra actually has the first item in their horde. Do you remember what it was?
Wait, what was the question?
Crap, sorry, Ghost. I was reading chat. What did you say?
Eldra claimed the first item for her horde.
Oh, it was like a bag of Doritos, I think.
No, wait. Hold on.
It was Mazra's prosthetic arm.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
That's right.
right.
That's right.
Then Mazra
Mazra's
invented
arm.
the spray bottle and sprayed her in the face and said, "No, bad kitty, no."
Oh my gosh, you guys. I feel like if anybody did officiate a wedding between Mazra and Kiona, it would have to be Iskander.
Oh, that'd be good, right?
He was
He
was
seems
guiding them
like
in
the type
that
who
direction when they were in the desert
Yeah.
yeah.
I know
Giving them
Foodle doesn't
relationship
trust the skin.
advice back
Hey,
then.
it's not Foodle's wedding. He doesn't get a say, you know. Foodle can
Mazra
suck
and
it.
Kiona can see that it's a practical answer.
Yeah, yeah. And Foodle's gonna glare. Yeah, he'd be one of the best men.
He'd
He's
be
just
so mad.
glaring at the Iskander.
Food
Like,
will be
I
the
got my
ring
eye on
bearer.
you, boy.
Scanner
Food will
is
be
the
ring
type
bearer.
to be. Scanner is the type to be like, one of those people who's like, yeah, sure, I'm ordained.
Yeah,
Just doesn't know
yeah.
it.
Oh my god. Wait, did you just say Foodle would be the ring bearer? You can't trust him with the rings. Are you kidding me?
That's the whole
Do
point.
not
It would-
trust
it
him
would-
with the ring.
It would
Oh, no.
result in delightful sidekick hijinks that happen with the rings while
Yeah.
everything else is.
Oh no. He goes on a bender for the bachelor party. Oh god.
Amazing.
Foodle will have the rings in a room waiting, and some extra dimensional tentacle beast will appear and be like,
It'll be Giga Philip.
"Oh, give me the rings. I want to hold them on behalf of your friends." And then Foodle will be like, "Yeah, sure, here you go." And
Yeah,
then
you seem trustworthy.
the usher whom Foodle has met and had several planning sessions will come in the room and be like, "Hey, it's time for you to come out and do the ring bearer thing." And Foodle will be like, "Who are you? I don't trust you. I've never seen you before.
Yeah,
Who uses a door?"
yeah.
All right. So last time we left off, you finally hatched the Eeg in an incredible magical ritual that required this upgrade to your tower, and you have kind of started setting up a little Eerie for the Storm Dragon Wormling.
Wild magic
to
storm
take up
dragon,
roost.
mind you.
Wild magic storm dragon aspect of Eldrigo
Eldrigo? Yes.
is the hatchling, like a copy of Eldrigo himself? Is it like a child of Eldrigo? No one is quite sure. And then some of you guys had downtime as well, Woof and Cauliflumps. So what are we doing? What are we doing next for that?
I
Let's
definitely
start
wasn't
us off.
typing, Ghost. What'd you say? Sorry.
He wants to go first.
Redacted Queen! Look at that cat. That's such a cool character. I'm sorry. Redacted
That is a
Queen,
cool
that's
character.
amazing. I did not
That
see
is a
that
really
That's what
cool
I'm
earlier.
character.
saying.
I'm so sorry, Ghost. I'm terrible. I'm so sorry. What did you
It's
say?
our
Anyway.
downtimes. Our downtimes.
Downtimes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's yours and Wolf's downtime. So who wants to go first with theirs?
I don't care either way.
I think maybe it will be more interesting if Mazra goes last,
Okay.
or after Foodle, because I don't know if Foodle's downtime is going to be that interesting. What Foodle's most concerned with is he wants to do three things. So last time we all rolled on the follower chart, and Foodle has attracted a blacksmith. However, I didn't, like Woof did, because Woof's a good, amazing D&D player. I did not prepare the blacksmith.
I
for
did
this
mine
session.
5 minutes before stream. Don't feel bad, Collie.
I've been packing boxes for. Oh God! I think my
Wait,
brain is just
Did
shot.
you
Anyway,
get a blacksmith? I thought you got a carpenter.
I got
Uh,
that.
Wolf got
Wolf
the
got a
carpenter.
carpenter.
Oh, Wolf got a
Wolf got a
carpenter.
carpenter.
And
yeah.
Foodle got a
yeah.
blacksmith?
Foodle got a blacksmith. I know it
Okay.
seems backwards, doesn't it?
Look, I'm trying to also keep notes in our vault thing for this stuff, so
Oh, nice. Okay.
yeah.
So Foodle is going to he's going to put up a help wanted sign or a job posting for a blacksmith to come join him as the first level of his keep finishes. And Ghost, I was going to share with you
Mhm.
the image of Foodle's tower. Where is it? Here it is. Foodle's Keep. Okay, so if I shoot this over to you, you can make a handout and share. That way, chat can see it too. Now keep in mind, chat and Ghost. Obviously, this is sort of like probably the tier 3 version, so it's not this grand yet. But that's like
Right.
this is like what Foodle
Oh,
took
that's so
to
cool.
the people and was like, "This is what I want," right? And how
Ah!
closely they get to it, right? Like, but yeah,
And they
that's
just
Foodle's
stare at
vision.
Foodle like, what? Like,
Yeah,
are you serious?
yeah, exactly.
Alright, hold on.
Anyway.
I gotta save this image.
But yeah, so that's Foodle. And then the last thing that he wants to do, so blacksmith, finishing and starting the next level of his tower, because I believe Mazra is going to do that as well, because we got a couple weeks of downtime. And I think we have the money, which I'll check with Flutter on that. But and then the last thing that he wants to do is train with his troops. He's very worried that guy is actually going to return, and so he wants to make sure that we're ready.
And he's probably not gonna play around next time, hey?
Yeah, like Foodle.
Or
You
or
guys know
Taxos, or
Foodle.
whatever his name was.
Yeah. Oh yeah, here it's in my notes. Artaxaxos, yeah, the
Artaxaxos.
high general, the very extra high general, chat, very high. Foodle knew that they were going to win that, right? Because Foodle thinks that we can do anything. He's that young, death is impossible, right? Like anyway. But then when he was talking with Mazra and Kiona, they were both very worried, like, maybe that was just probing our defenses. Maybe that was just a test. And he is going to be back. And so Foodle's like, oh, shit. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Goes. Anyway. So, yeah, the first level of Foodle's Stronghold is finished, and I think Flutter,
Nice.
if you switch over, then chat can see it too. So it is not this grand yet. Not nearly.
There. Oh wait.
It's a
This
start.
is-
Are we looking at the?
Oh yeah, Ghost. Oh, am
I
I
hit-
only seeing this,
I hit
or did
show
you show it
players.
all?
Where?
Oh, in players' journals. Hold on.
Oh, do I have to
Hold
open
on.
something? Hold on.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You just need to wait.
Okay. Oh.
That should do it.
Oh, fancy.
Wow. Oh,
So yeah, that
Why is this so small though?
I don't know.
That's crazy. Yeah.
It's kind of small.
It's
you
not
click
that small
the
on my
thing,
screen.
it gets a little bigger, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, you can click.
Oh,
There's like a magnet. Oh
I
wait, but then
see.
it's tiny. What? Well, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know
Very
why it's
strange.
It
For
does-
me, it's
know why
quite
it's that
big,
small.
and
Does
it
it
gets way
weird?
bigger.
it's big on
Very
mine.
strange. Yeah, it's huge
Well,
on mine.
There we go. That's great.
It's a very big
well-
tower, even at level.
I don't
1,
know. It's
quite large.
plenty big over here. I guess I don't have that problem.
Wow. And if it looks anything like this, it has some greenery, a tree here or there, Foodle is going to be over the moon.
Yeah.
And,
It probably looks like the very bottom portion.
yeah. That's what I was thinking, right? And
This-
maybe on the
this
left side
roof
there,
right
that
here?
might be the
Maybe this house on the left side is like the start of it
Yeah.
or something.
right? Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that. Anyway,
I love it.
yeah.
love it.
And Foodle's
Kiona
like,
will
oh my
be
goodness, this is
delighted.
amazing!
Fiona will be so
Isn't
delighted.
it beautiful?
It's so
Worth
good.
every copper. Oh,
Absolutely.
I mean,
Where's
it's
it
not-
located in the city? Like, is it located kind of more on the outskirts?
I was imagining that it would have been facing toward the forest. You know, I think we've heard that the Melkari are sort of coming from the west-ish area, and so
Yep.
probably the northwestern corner of the city, if that makes sense. That's what I was envisioning.
Yeah. So if I switch us over to the Forbidden Territory. Yeah, you're talking like somewhere.
Yeah. Yep.
Maybe even somewhere like outside of the city, like on the opposite bank of the river, so where it can sort of guard that choke point.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be good.
Because it would be pretty impossible for an army to bypass it if it was built down here.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be perfect. And, you know, depending on where Mazra puts her keep, like, maybe hers is guarding the shore, maybe it's guarding the other, you know, our flank. I don't know. But yeah.
Yep. I like
Hopefully
it.
that's okay with you, Woof, that I put mine there.
Oh yeah, no, she would absolutely do it on the edge somewhere so that
Okay.
it would be like a defensive bulwark type of thing.
Mhm.
Nice. But yeah, Foodle is very pleased, and he is going to, like you were saying, Ghost, you know, have it at that choke, and he will be drilling some of his troops. Now, he only has, because you gave us 4 weeks of downtime, but I think those other two things, they're going to take a week, and so I think he's got 3 weeks of downtime left to train. And so he will
Yeah.
drill and train his troops as much
Yep.
as he can.
And so remember in our modified, we talked about this at the start of stream, or before stream rather, during camera setup. But for the sake of the audience, we do things a little bit differently than base Kingdoms in Warfare. Since you have your city to draw manpower from, the players can use their downtime to train, and for each unit of training, they can level a unit, like a squad up, to veteran level. You can also use your downtime training weeks to train new soldiers, and all soldiers start out as levies, and then you kind of evolve them into different units. So each battle gets you automatically one unit of training, and then each week that you spend downtime gets you another one. So you had a battle plus 3 weeks of downtime, so you have basically 4 training points to play with. Call it flumps.
Oh, 4. Right, because of
Yeah.
the battle. That's right.
The battle,
Okay.
yeah.
Excellent.
Now, let's say that battle XP you can only use to level up units that were in that battle.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
I think, yeah, for sure.
But it represents like what you learned as a commander and their experience in like taking your orders and feeding back to you, saying like, "Oh, Foodle, when you told us to do that, that was pretty dumb."
Yeah. I think just to keep things really simple, as long as you'll allow this, Ghost. Well, actually, I guess I have another question. So, Foodle will use 3 weeks of training. He has 3 units currently, and they are all regulars. So he'll use 3 of those trainings, the battle, and then 2 of the weeks to sort of level up his 3 current units from regular to veteran.
Mhm. Okay.
And then my next question for you is, for his new unit, is that something that you have in mind, or could he roll on the follower chart as just looking at the unit stuff to see what he gets? I don't know. I mean, it's totally up to you.
Well, a new unit always starts as a levy,
Yes.
and then you level it up into a new form. So if you want to like spend 1 to recruit the levy and a second one to Pokemon evolve it into something else. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I will get back to you in that case, because that does change things. So that's perfect. Thank you for answering that question.
Yeah. So I want to start everything out as a levy, because like you're ultimately what you're doing is recruiting like amateur soldiers from
commoners, right? Yeah, regular folk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Okay, so then I'll get back to you on that. The last piece would be some, I guess, housekeeping. Flutter, do you have the vault open?
I do.
I think so. Mazra and Foodle's keeps finished their first level after 1 week of this downtime. Do we have enough money?
We already spent the money for the level 2 last session.
Oh, we did. Oh,
Yes.
perfect. So that's already sorted.
Yeah.
My next question is, so Foodle and Mazra both got followers in the form of a carpenter and a blacksmith, and their shops can be upgraded and they give bonuses as well.
Right.
How much money do we have remaining, and is that something that we could get started?
Yes, we could do that.
Yeah?
100%,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are
Excellent.
sitting pretty right now.
All right. Well, while Woof is doing Mazra's downtime, Ghost, I will look into what upgrading that stuff looks like, what that costs, how much time. Anyway,
Sure.
and then you
Yeah.
make a ruling based on what the book says, right? Because we don't have to follow the book. But anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. Cool.
Now, when you upgraded your keep, we had done a roll on the follower table,
Yes.
and you rolled a blacksmith.
Yes.
So we're not quite ready to introduce the blacksmith, but
I know.
we can
I'm so
we can
sad, I'm
say
sorry.
yeah, it's okay. So we can say like you built the smithy,
Mhm.
and you're sort of putting out a recruitment. What does your recruitment drive look like? I'm really curious what a Foodle recruitment drive for a professional blacksmith is.
Huh?
Considering Foodle's very successful public search campaign for his good friend Darfin.
Oh god. So in classic Foodle style, it is very like blunt and not professional in any way. And like, but I guess maybe blunt is the wrong word. Like it's very straightforward, like, hi, my name's Foodle. I need a blacksmith. Maybe that's you. You know, like it's personable and it is not at all professional in any way, right? Like it's
Yeah.
Anyway, and
Foodle
and-
forgets
and
to
it
ask
was-
for references and
Oh yeah. Like, you know, come by anytime. You know, that sort of. Like,
Yeah.
He's not there half the time, right?
the job interview is just a vibe check.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like he's gonna smoke with them, right? Anyway.
Mazra, you need to make sure that you are at Foodle's screenings.
Oh
my God.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah. All right. Well, I will start looking into that stuff.
Amazing. Yeah. All right. What does Mazra do with her downtime?
So how long do we have?
You had four weeks of downtime.
Okay.
I think you had to spend one on finishing your keep.
Okay.
Is that right?
Okay.
Because you
So
and
she's
Foodle finished at the same time.
She's definitely gonna train with her people because they had kind of a rough go of it during the battle.
Yeah.
So
First of all, what does your keep look like? Help us out with that.
it's definitely severe looking. Not like I would definitely say imposing. Probably made of a lot of stone.
You could have used the Ordskara to
Yeah.
build it.
Yeah,
Is it like
I think
a box?
probably. To be honest, it probably is. I think it's whatever would make a lot of sense defensively. So, she may have gotten some feedback from people who are a bit more versed in that.
Building fortifications, yeah.
I think maybe she might design it in some ways as like a shelter. So like if people need to like an evacuation shelter. So there's probably like a big area like underground or something where people can go and be safe. Think like the caves in Helm's Deep underneath the ground or whatever.
Right.
And maybe finding a tunnel that would let them get out if they needed to. That might take longer to build, but future plans.
Level 2, baby, right? No, I don't know.
I mean, you do have the Ordskara.
I know, but she's trying not to use it for everything though. I don't want it
Yeah.
to be like a, you know, oh no, I tripped over a rock. Use the scar to make the rock go. I don't want to use it for like little things, but
So Foodle and Kiona are there at the, I assume, very private unveiling of this fortress, and Foodle's looking at it and he's thinking about his keep and he's like, well, wow, boy, Mazra, that really is something.
yep, should do the job.
Fiona's just kind of like, uh-huh.
And Foodle's like in Kiona's ear, but like, where's the pizzazz? There's no pizzazz. It looks dead. Like, what
Fiona
happened?
looks at him and is like, have you met Monster?
Don't worry, I'll plant something. She'll never know.
Okay.
She's gonna like plan
Until
murals
it's
to
too
be
late.
drawn on it or whatever.
No. Foodle's
Bullshit
gonna
holding
plant
hands.
something.
God.
It's gonna,
You know
there's
what?
gonna
To be
something
honest, she
living.
probably wouldn't. She probably wouldn't mind that. To be honest.
No. Okay.
There's a couple plants in there.
Suddenly
the
there's
awakened
vines
shrub.
growing over the outside of it.
Oh, no.
Honestly, she
Mo-
wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, now it's
Yeah, but
camouflage.
Mosra, it's a security risk. What if people can climb those vines?
Yeah,
you know?
people can
I mean-
use the vines to climb up the walls.
Only not if they're a variety that can't hold human body weight.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. They're
Oh
like
my
really weak
goodness.
vines.
Actually, though, if people are climbing up, they set them on fire.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
See?
we could invent
There
a
you
magical
go.
plant.
There you go.
We could invent
Lure
an
them
Audrey
in
too.
and then burn them. Yeah. Get some hot
Long-term
oil. Oh.
Carnivorous plants on the walls.
Yes.
Carnivorous
Ooh,
plants on the walls.
yes, yes.
Okay.
I love it. All right.
You can do that, but we're gonna have to find some sort of like gold cost associated with it.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You'll need to get someone
Oh,
to
yeah.
magic that up.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
But that would be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I like that idea. I know.
love it.
I know that we were kind of taking the piss, but I like that.
Yeah, that's such a good idea.
Anything,
So the
anything that
attacking-
adds defense.
Attacking army just rolls up. Oh
yeah,
man,
our
there's
walls are
vines on
covered
these
in
walls.
vines.
Easy,
yeah.
easy
Yeah.
dubs.
These
And then
guys
they
are
start climbing
idiot.
and then just get like
Yeah.
eaten.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god.
She's like, I
Yeah.
finally understand the purpose of nature.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yes.
There would probably also be some space, like somewhere for training and, like a yard or something for people to train in and things.
Yeah. Well, most castles are mostly like
Right.
walls surrounding open ground
Yeah,
for
yeah,
mustering
yeah.
troops and stuff, right? So, yeah, definitely.
Cool.
We can work on like a design layout
Mhm.
later if you want.
Okay.
Same for Foodle. Kiona's is easy. It's a tower.
And it's already mostly built. She has to fill in the gaps and fix it so
Yeah.
it works.
Should take a trip to IKEA and
And build a dragonary on the top. Uh, does Kiona in this downtime have time to rework a spell? Maybe?
Yeah.
Because she has
what are you
been
thinking?
dying to kind of bring back hold on a minute. I have to what is it called? Wow, you guys. It's just gone. It is I think it's a scorching ray. That's the one. She wants to make it slightly more powerful if possible, but if she alters the spell with the mage tower according to the rules of the book with the towers and stuff as a damage spell that is fire, it would also make it so that it dots the enemies that it hits,
Gotcha.
essentially.
Yeah.
So
I
I was
see what you
hoping
mean.
for maybe like a slightly higher die roll for the damage, like a D8 instead of a 6 or something like that, and then like, you know what I mean, like
Mhm.
to add on to the dot thing.
Mhm.
It says incinerating affected targets continue to burn, taking an extra 1d6 damage. Given that many of the creatures that they have been fighting need flame to keep them down, Kiona has noticed.
Yeah.
This is something she was hoping to cook up.
So the standard like burning condition in D&D is 1d6. 1d6 per turn.
Yeah.
And I think we keep it to that.
Sure, but the initial damage I was
Um,
hoping we could boost just a little.
Yeah, from what to what? What are you
It
thinking?
is currently on a hit, the target takes 2d6 fire damage. Could we boost it to a d8 or a
Right.
d10 even?
What does it take to do that? within the rules that you're accessing.
I don't know. That's like a DM rule thing, I think, because I don't know. Flumps, help me out here.
Yeah.
I posted
Oh,
the spell research stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
1 month
and
plus
there's
1 week per level of the spell. Minus 1 week per level of the tower.
and then they have an example, but yeah. For you, Ghost, there aren't rules for like upgrading damage dice of a spell, but I think that's cool.
Yeah.
What you
Yeah.
could do is, I don't know, maybe have like a gold cost. Maybe we need to like use a magic item that we sacrifice to do that. I don't know. Anyway, probably a bunch of cool ideas to go with that, but yeah.
Yeah. That's something that we'll have to think about.
Sure. I just
Definitely
wanted to
the burning.
bring that up as
You
like
can
a.
have that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's fair. So I'm gonna put that in our group chat. We
And
need to workshop. No
she
pun
would replace
intended.
one of her spells with it, since we never use pyrotechnics anyway. She would not, if able to, instead of adding a spell, she would just replace one.
Yeah. Could boost the modifier. There's a bunch of stuff we could do. Like, you could sacrifice a spell known slot, so you can know one fewer spells in
Right.
exchange for. I would even, for something like that, I would even allow you to boost it to like a D10 from a
Yeah.
D6
Yeah,
for damage.
I could absolutely.
Because that would be a pretty steep cost to
For sure.
sacrifice knowing one spell
Mm-hmm.
in exchange for knowing a mega spell instead. Anyway, that's something we can think about.
Yeah,
Um,
just thoughts.
right on. Yeah. Sorry, you threw that at me, and
I'm so sorry.
my head
that
is all
was the
swimmy
thing that
tonight.
I was like,
Uh,
because it's been cooking in my brain for a while, but she's got
Yeah,
a reason, so I
yeah,
feel like
that's
it's
okay.
time.
no, normally I'm better at ad-libbing this stuff and coming up with
Yeah.
a solution, but
No, it's all good. It's all good. I
Sorry.
just wanted to
Sorry,
get it
chat.
out there.
to me, I'm like, sorry for being like, huh? Just want to circle back to Mazra. You spent your other 3 weeks doing what?
She's gonna train with her troops.
Okay.
She might, but so she has. Right
So you
now,
have
she has
one
the-
level up from the battle.
Yeah, she might. So what happens? Does she level up one of the low level ones, or can she level up the higher level ones? Don't they
So
need to
we-
like reconvene because they got kind of battered?
No, because they didn't break,
Okay.
right? You kind of withdrew your veterans from
Yes.
battle before they broke.
Yes.
So they don't really need to reform as such. They
Okay.
managed an orderly retreat from the battlefield and remained intact. So you have one unit of veterans. Now we agreed that to go from veteran to elite is going to take more than one battle's worth
Right.
of experience.
So she might
Um,
just upgrade one of the other units to a veteran as well.
If I were to give you a suggestion, I would recommend upgrading the your levies to
Okay. All right.
regular something.
She's like,
So
y'all.
they could be cavalry, they could be archers, they could be infantry, like the other
Right.
two infantry that you have.
Okay.
I mean, they certainly proved themselves.
Yeah. What do y'all think? Do you think we need more archers or infantry, or cavalry? Because Mazra doesn't know anything about horses, but
So Foodle wouldn't have any idea, but let's assume that we talk to somebody who knows shit about army
Yeah.
composition. My sense was playing through that thinking about the last half of the battle, our archers were getting very close to getting run over by infantry. Like
Right.
archers are very weak. I think like it's one of the things, it's why I asked Ghost that question. I think Foodle's going to get another bit of infantry because, not only were our archers getting very close to being run over by enemy infantry, we didn't have any infantry at all in our rear protecting them because the enemy didn't have any cavalry. I doubt that's going to be true for every battle. So
Yeah,
if we were already struggling infantry wise,
more infantry.
we're going to need more, so
Yeah.
I think Fool's
Yeah.
going to grab another infantry. So
Yeah. And your levies are already infantry.
Which I'm fine with just upgrading them
Right.
to that end.
So
'cause-
yeah, so if you were to turn them into archers or cavalry, you would be actually subtracting an infantry.
yeah,
from
I'm
your
fine with
pool.
that.
Yeah.
So she'll work with them to upgrade them, because
Yeah. And these levies proved to be pretty badass in the last fight. They certainly caught Captain Mazer's eye. And these, burly bearded farmers, they're ready to defend their home city.
she's like, I was like you once, a nobody, just trying to protect my home. And now,
There's like tears in their eyes, manly tears.
oh, damn.
take my my 2-week course on whatever.
Jesus
Well,
Christ! You had to.
No.
You started an inspirational speech, and you had to.
no.
Oh my god! Yeah, yeah. Take my 2-week course on how to be a Sigma.
No, she would never do that. Yo, oh god. Mazra's TED Talks would just be grunts. She'd say, TED Talks are dumb, go home.
Yeah. So those levies are upgraded to infantry.
Okay. Sounds great. And then
Okay.
I guess my
And
other
then
question
you-
is
You
Oh,
spent
okay.
3 weeks training. You could recruit and recruit and promote another unit if you wanted to.
okay. My other question is Monster's really concerned after the invasions about defense in the city. Is
Mhm.
there a way, I don't know how this works mechanically, but is there a way she could spend a week working with working with maybe Mayor Roundtree, I don't know what her title is now, but the city
Mhm.
leadership to help have people in the city organize and identify weaknesses in barrier defenses so they can be shorn up?
Right. So you need some sort of garrison in the city.
Yes. I know
Like
that can't happen
patrolling the
overnight,
walls
but yeah.
Yeah. Well, that'll probably be one of the jobs of your army while they're in downtime,
Right.
right? While your army
Okay.
is not in the field, they'll be patrolling the walls and patrolling the wilderness and whatnot.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, and if that's the thing, definitely just promoting units then would be her focus for the rest of the
Yeah.
time.
Okay. You got 3 levels to work with.
Okay. So I forget how the levels work. So she upgraded the peasants, the levies to a basic infantry.
Yeah,
And
and
she's
then
got
that was from the battle.
Yes. Does she have
So you
3
have
or
3
4
left.
units now?
She has
She
3
has her veterans,
3.
and then she's got regular inventory,
veterans
and then
2 regulars.
okay. So
Yeah.
what? I forget how the levels work.
So basically, you can level from levies to regulars
Okay,
for 1
which we
point,
did.
regulars to veterans for 1 point,
Okay.
And I think it's like 3 points to go from veterans to elites.
Okay, so probably what?
Is that right,
Can
Collie?
you save a point?
Yeah.
So she'll keep.
Just
The
record
veterans.
it somewhere. What I would recommend is on your Roll20 character sheet, on the like Collie's done this to the nines, but right below your short rest, long rest buttons, you have like sort of special
Oh, you looked at my sheet.
resources.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm looking at your
I've
sheet
got
and
a
all the
million.
resources you have.
Oh, I have a bunch
Resources.
of them too.
Oh.
I have
did that
so
too,
many
Henry,
different
yeah.
ones.
Yeah,
Like
and
paladin
you
health and
can
stuff.
yeah, and you can name one warfare training and
Mhm.
just say like these are the number of points you have saved up in it.
Okay.
Ghost,
Do
you
I
had
need
asked me
to? Oh, sorry.
in the base rules, Ghost, it's actually
Mhm.
more than you just said. So
Oh.
to go from veteran to elite, it's 3.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
that's yeah.
and then elite
That's what
to
I said.
super elite. Oh, it is what you said. Okay. So
Yeah,
elite to
yeah.
super
Yeah.
elite would be 4 additional. So to go from
Yeah.
like a levy to a super elite is 9 weeks of
Yeah.
training / battles, right?
Yeah.
Which I think is completely fit. That,
I think that's
if
a
anything,
lot.
yeah, you know, yeah.
Do I
Yeah,
need
I
to
think that's
spend
totally
a week
fair.
recruiting a carpenter? Okay.
No, pardon me, because that's what comes with finishing
Okay.
your
Okay.
stronghold.
Okay. So she'll take I mean, could she just take 2 points and upgrade each of her she's
Yeah.
1 point to upgrade her levies to infantry.
Yeah.
And then she could upgrade one of her infantry units to veteran,
To
right?
veterans.
Is that 2
Yeah.
points?
Out of your 4.
Out of my 4.
So you'd have 2 points remaining.
Okay. So, okay. Because then because I mean, could you train up levies in that amount of time? Like, or is that too fast?
Train up. What do you mean?
Like, if she's got 2 points left,
A new
Yeah.
troop.
can she what?
Yeah.
Are you talking about adding a troop of levies?
Oh, am I adding a troop? Yeah, I am.
Well, no. What are you saying you want to do?
Train and/or recruit another unit.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, what's the point cost
So for
for?
one point is to get a
Yes.
new levy.
Okay,
So
I will do
a
that.
fourth unit that starts at a levy.
Yes.
Yeah. And then you can spend your
Okay.
last point on bumping them up to regular.
Infantry. All right.
In which case, you would have 2 veteran and 2 regular
Got it.
infantry.
Okay, I
Right?
made notes
Okay.
in my sheet about. Okay.
I'm keeping
Perfect,
track of
yeah.
our
Thank you.
our
Okay, thank
units as
you.
well in my
Okay.
spreadsheet. I'm
Yeah.
trying to.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, because
Nice.
I think after that last battle, Moz was like, we need to make sure people are prepared for
Yeah.
Great.
this.
Fiona will be
Nice.
breeding horses like mad.
Yes, yes, Megan. He is single. Should I show off my carpenter?
Yeah, so let's
Yes.
play this out. So you
Okay.
completed your keep, and the sort of wood beams inside your keep. So you know your keep is not all stone, as it said in sort of the description. There's a lot of wood inside of even like stone castles, and in fact, historically speaking, most castle roofs, well, all castle roofs were not made of stone. They were made of wood. That's kind of a bit of an anachronism. It's really hard to build a roof out of stone for like a big fortification without it falling in. So most medieval castles had roofs made of wood. This is why when you go to a castle ruin, it doesn't have a roof because it's all caved in. And so you had to find the services of a reliable carpenter to do this. So how did you find this carpenter? It seemed it seems from looking at the name of the person you sent, you had somebody in mind.
Yes. So, Matra has been sending letters back home, sort of back home, to the Coldstone clan in the Storm Spires, and I messed it up too earlier. Don't worry.
We did
Yeah,
it.
that's what
We did
We
it.
did it, chat.
Oh my
Do you know your own lore yet? No.
We did it.
Sending-
We know our own lore.
Sending letters back, letting them know that, like they've secured a place, and if any of them want to join, it's an open, free place for anybody to be. So, you know, some have made it to the elven city of Luxara.
That's a human city. No, you're right. You're
Uh,
right. You're right. You're
I
right.
almost said Cormantia. Wait, where's our portal to? Is it Cormantia?
It's
Lasantia.
to Luxantia.
In Cormantia. Alright,
In
Yes.
Cormantia.
In Cormantia, yes.
yeah, they made it there.
We spent
And then-
just so people realize, we spent about a year of IRL time,
dude, we did.
and we're
fucking
still
did.
working out that Lysantia
why
is a
did you
city
do it
inside
like-
Cormantia.
Our city, L'America in the country of America. I'm like, why did you do that?
I mean, I'm with
Luxantia and
you, Wolf.
Cormantia.
My
Yeah,
brain
come on.
cannot keep
I'm gonna
them
be
straight.
I'm gonna be
I'm so
honest.
sorry.
I'm gonna be honest. Here's what happened.
Oh no.
I made. You remember the little city map of Lysantia?
Yeah.
Do I still have it somewhere? It might be archived. It might not be available on this. Oh no, it is. It is
Oh?
available on this.
let's
take
revisit that.
Let's take a
chat.
look at the classic. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Look
Now,
at
you see-
that.
Down in the legend in the bottom left,
Hold on.
Yes.
I had
Oh.
this, and I saved it. The map was perfect, just as I had it made out. And I said, oh no, it sounds too much like Cormantia. Let me change the city name. The program that I used for this, I tried changing the city name, and it changed the map. And
What?
it's a random city
Oh my
map
gosh.
builder thing. So
Oh.
I identified that problem, but I couldn't recreate the map exactly how I wanted it in this way. And so I
We're
decided
stuck.
we're
amazing.
stuck with
That's
Lysantia.
incredible.
And from
Oh
even
my
before
God.
even
never
before I
knew.
introduced the city in this campaign, I knew that this was a problem.
This was gonna be an issue. Oh my God.
And
oh my gosh,
so
that's amazing.
please understand, it's not with you that I'm frustrated. It's with myself.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Oh my God.
Anyway, there's a little peek behind the scenes of
Amazing.
how
Now that's real DMing right there. God, it's so fucking relatable. Oh, shit.
every time you guys mess it up, I'm thinking back to that. And I'm like, damn you, Matt Baker program.
Yeah. That's what I was
Beautiful.
thinking, Megan. But then that's like, oh God, you gotta.
But
find
that's
like,
where it
works,
fuck,
and then-
like,
And then, like, I expected this to be a pit stop,
right,
and it
right.
turned
And we
into
just didn't
much
leave.
more.
Oh my
then a
God,
pit
Ghost!
stop.
Did I ever tell
You
you?
gave us a house
No.
there.
Yeah, but
Well,
that wasn't
that
the,
was-
that wasn't
that
the plan
was-
from the
That
start.
wasn't the plan.
That was never
That
a
wasn't the plan.
No, we were gonna spend like 3 sessions there. Ghost, Oh my god, I have to tell you this. So, Borsgard, one of the biggest cities in my setting, my players were supposed to arrive in that city. I didn't want to make a huge fucking city. That's too intimidating. So they were supposed to arrive in that city. The next morning, there was going to be a siege, and the city's like in a panic, right? So there's no shopping, no NPCs. Jameson doesn't have to come up with all that shit, a whole fucking city. That there is just a fight, right? Nope. Instead, we spent an entire year there because one of my players cast a spell to slow down the advancing army every day. It was like going in circles or some shit. I don't even know what the fuck the spell is. Anyway, like, oh my god. So then I had to create an entire city, a billion NPCs, all these shops. Like, it ended up being amazing, but like, my god. Oh my god, Ghost, that is too funny that that happened to both.
The agony and the ecstasy of being a DM.
Oh yeah.
I know.
Well, and now I wouldn't change it, but like,
It's so
oh
bad.
my god.
It's like that episode of Friends, two Friends references in one night, when
Yeah.
Chandler lets his colleague think that he's got his name is Greg or whatever, and he doesn't correct him, and then as time goes on, it's like he needs to correct him more, and yet it's also more awkward.
God.
That's what happened with Lysantia. Like, the more time we spent there, the more I needed it to not be named that, but the less I could change the name.
That's so funny. Oh my god. Oh, I love it.
Oh my god,
Anyway.
Megan, that's brutal. That's brutal.
That's wild.
Just barely discovered I named two different cities the same thing in one of my novels before publishing it, which I'm about to do. And it passed through two sets of
Thank
betas and 3
goodness.
edits before this.
Imagine the wiki. Imagine the confusion on the wiki. Oh my
failed you.
god.
I failed you, Megan. I'm sorry. Okay.
Anyway, sorry.
Yes.
Anyway,
That's
the
what
orc,
it would do.
the some of these orcs from the Storm Spires, we sort of stopped halfway through here. Some of the orcs from the Storm Spires made their way to Lysantia, where they took your portal into
Mhm.
Dalkalash.
Yep. And Mazra has set up in a much more organized way than Foodle. It says, if you're interested in this job, come to this location at this specified time, and I will be there to meet you.
Okay, yeah.
And she'll
That's
probably
why- That's why your world
Huh?
has so many cities with the same name, Megan. It's like Alexandria.
She'll probably like the cut of his jib, and
Sure. So this one is named
Dalkar Coldstone.
Dalkar Coldstone
Oh, of the Coldstone clan.
of the
Yeah.
Coldstone clan.
I added the picture to his little sheet.
Mm.
Ooh,
Can
can
Let her
I
get to
can
that.
I see it?
Hold on, no, hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. There we go.
There we go.
Oh.
Damn. Oh my god.
So some extra
Wow.
lore that Megan and I just came up with on the fly is on his way here, he stopped in Lysantia at our tavern and met up with Darfin, and they've been on a couple dates, and they're using the mail to correspond.
The mail. No, Poodle's one weakness. Fuck. Damn it.
Darfin shipping to be D&D, yes.
That is an orc that I would get behind doing
Yeah.
a lot today.
Or in front of, whichever, you know.
Or yeah, wherever really they wanted me to be.
And what's his what's the relation to Chief Coldstone?
Let's say
he's probably about that age or a little bit older.
It's his
And we
cousin.
had cousin, because way back in the day we had kind of established that the Coldstones were a rather expansive family.
Yeah, they grew up together, had a rowdy childhood, as it were, and he's kind of just wanting to branch out a little bit and see what's going on in this
Wow.
new city.
He's perfectly
Sure.
welcome. In New Darkflash.
It is. Oh,
And I imagine you've got, like, if he comes by and maybe a couple more, and then Momsra and Ansra, they kind of have their own little.
Mhm.
What is it? It's like little cold stone, or like
Yeah, like Little Italy, like a little
Little-
cold
Yeah.
stone. Yeah.
What was the name of that city? Clan Coldstone City.
They didn't have one, I
Starfires.
don't think.
I
They
don't
were just
even-
because they were like nomadic clans. So
yeah.
Coldstone
No,
Keep
Fort
is, I think, what we
Ostrand.
called.
Fort
Oh,
O-
Fort
Fort
Ostrand.
Fort
Yes.
Ostrand.
yeah,
Yeah, because it was the Ostrand Pass. Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
little off.
So kind of little. So in the shadow of your fort, which I think you said was kind of more on the other side of the city, guarding the coast. Is that right?
I think so. We can probably figure that out, but it would be in
So
a position where it
Foodles-
could be.
If Foodle's Keep is on the far bank of the river,
Mhm.
yours could be down near Pharos, right? Because Pharos is kind of at the mouth of the river, where the mouth of the river meets the coast,
Mhm.
is the port.
Protecting the lighthouse and probably where Kiona's Mage Tower is as well, so
Right.
that would make logical sense.
There you go. So basically, what we have now with the city is that Pharos is the more populated portion of it, right? Remembering for anybody who is uninitiated in this part of the campaign from chat, is the city of Dalkalash is mostly uninhabited, sort of mostly vacant ruins. And so kind of what we have is people who have come into Dalkalash and they've settled in Pharos, the port district, where Kiona's Mage Tower is, where the Wayfarer's Lighthouse is, and now presumably where Mazra's Keep is.
Is it kind of like Tokyo, where there's like small cities inside of the?
Yeah,
the big city?
exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. Yeah. And then, as you move deeper sort of into the core of the city, somewhere in the middle of Dalkalash proper is like the ghost town. The literal ghost town inhabited by ghosts.
And undead.
and undead
and
now.
undead
yeah.
that are their tour guides.
the three the three
The ghost town
ghouls
tour guides.
whom you pay an
A
aristocratic
ridiculous
salary.
amount every month.
fuck me. By the way, Flutter, we gotta subtract
yeah,
that
we
for
need
this
to do that.
4 week.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
god.
10 gold a week
Yeah.
for 3 of them, so it's 30
Fucking
gold a
hell.
week.
That's
Yep. 30 gold a week, and this was 4 weeks.
amazing.
we gotta stop
So
letting
subtract-
Doodle talk.
Subtract 120 gold from your treasury.
Oh my
My
god.
God.
Remember that ball gag that we got so long ago? We should really
Right?
use that for Foodle. From
Put that
time
on
to
Foodle.
time. Just muzzle him.
And then so what you've probably had to do is you have sort of in the more southerly regions of the city near the coast is where everybody lives right now. And slowly but surely, as more people are coming to your city to live and to kind of set up their own, make their own life here, they're kind of pushing out a little bit into the vacant quarters of the city and sort of occupy and rebuilding some of those vacant buildings. But then you've probably had to basically secure a through road through the ruins of the city to get to sort of the eastern end and cross the bridge to Foodle's place, right? So I'm imagining you've got like a making sure stream can see what I'm doing. I'm backwards, so I'm waiting on the stream delay. Sorry. Sort of down here, you've got a populated portion, and then basically a road through nothing, and then Foodle's fort across the river.
Right.
If that makes sense. And then in between is all secure area where you can slowly build over time. See redacted?
Good night, redacted.
Good night, redacted.
Okay. Now, the last elephant in the room, now that we've gone through... Have we gone through all of our downtime? I think we have, yes?
I believe
I think so.
Everybody got their 4 weeks?
Flutter?
Okay.
I think so. Yeah, because we did.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Okay.
If we can work up the spell. I mean, that does take time too, so I don't know how much. We're going to have to do the math. It's fine.
The Wayfarer's been
I'll figure it
eating
out.
all of our snacks. That freaking guy.
I don't know what you're talking
way-
about, Mazra. I think that you mean to just.
Foodle's mom gave him that pie.
Your father is a mooch.
I don't think so.
The Wayfarer's ways are mysterious.
And important.
Sometimes he's there, sometimes he's gone. It seems that in all the time that you're in Dalkalash, whenever you need him, he's at the lighthouse. You know, if you're like, man, I really need to talk to him right now, and you climb up the stairs of the lighthouse, he's sitting there waiting. Other times, when you may want to speak with him about various dilly-dallies that aren't really important, you might find that he's gone.
Kiona has learned to adapt, and really, her and Adelotti like have a conversation in her head about a conversation that they might have with the Wayfarer, and what the chances are of him being there at the end of the day because of it. Like, well, I think he would let us figure this out on our own. Just...
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Now, the last elephant in the room is not an elephant named Jeff who likes to paint. Although that is a great idea, Bo. The last elephant in the room is what to do with the Melkari.
Oh no.
Now, after Artaxerxes' probing of your defenses, you've kind of come to realize that these Melkari are they kind of have you at a bit of a disadvantage. They know where you are, they know the lay of the land of your home, but you know very little about the territory that they occupy to the west.
Boodle wants to spend 7,000 gold.
Okay.
On
Um,
a new car.
there are two ways.
You car.
Hey, there are two ways to upgrade your units, and we've been exploring one of them, experience, right? The other way is improving their equipment. And I posted that in our group chat, and so long as Ghost is okay with those rules, Foodle he needs to keep his infantry light, but he would like to upgrade the gear of his 2 artillery all the way to super heavy for 7,000 gold.
Oh, nice.
Dang.
Now, it's very expensive.
We have
Yeah.
we have
But-
a capital.
Okay. It's something for you guys to consider too. I've been looking at the chart in Kingdoms and Warfare on page 99 that Ghost has shown us in the past. It's, you can see there's 2 charts. There's experience at the top, and then there's equipment bonuses at the bottom.
Mhm.
And it's something to keep in mind when you're thinking about now. So Foodle could theoretically, if we've got the money, upgrade his infantry to super heavy, but he doesn't want to because ranger stuff is all about light infantry. So he's going to keep his infantry light and get his artillery to super heavy. But that is, because it's 500 and 1,000 and 2,000, right? Because they're all like tier 1, because levies are like tier 0 or whatever.
Yeah.
So, which means you can't upgrade levies, obviously. So altogether, that's 3,500, and if he does both, it's 7 grand. So it's a big investment, but they're going to get a lot of bonuses. Now, Ghost, I think my understanding of this chart is it is not cumulative. In other words, you don't get plus for unit equipment. Looking at the infantry, +2,
Yeah.
+4, +6, that would be a +12 total. I think.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
think
it's not
that's how it works.
cumulative.
I think it's just
No.
+2, and then at the next level, it is a additional +2 for +4.
Yeah.
And then an additional, right? Like, anyway, I don't think that there's any world
Yeah.
where that's
Yeah.
cumulative. So, not cumulative. Yeah, it actually says. Perfect. Okay, anyway. But
Okay.
you can get some pretty substantial bonuses when you take a look at that chart, thinking about which units you're upgrading experience-wise and which ones you're doing equipment. I recommend,
Yep.
and Foodle's going to recommend to you guys, we're assuming we got a blacksmith now. Get that equipment upgraded, right? So
That is all well and good, but it does not address the intelligence shortfall that you have
Mhm.
between yourselves and the Malkari.
I mean, do we think
I see what you're saying. Right.
Yeah, do we think we should go or send scouts?
You could send some scouts.
I mean, I think that we should go. I worry. Well, I mean, maybe if we can spare the people. I think we need our armies here in case another army shows up, right?
Hmm. I would maybe ask Underlore, because I mean, they're under threat of being destroyed as well. If we go out to scout and someone attacks while we're gone, is there something they can give us that would get us home immediately? In an emergency.
We can always
Yeah,
ask.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, okay.
I worry, based on what the Wayfarer said, and what you saw, Kiona. I think the only way to keep Dal Kalash safe is eventually sending our armies west and defeating them there at their strongholds.
It may come to
Because if
that.
they really are beyond saving, unless, I don't know.
But do we lose advantage by moving armies through there, given the dangerous nature of the terrain?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think it's why we need to scout first, but I'm just saying, I don't know what the other
Yeah.
solution is. I mean, we can't just leave them out there, or they're going to keep raising dead and keep attacking us, right?
Mhm.
I do think that we're gonna have to go to them at some point, but we're not ready for that.
No, we got to build. We gotta figure out what they're up to.
Okay. So when you go to the Unbroken Circle to ask about such a, emergency teleport home device, you are greeted by your good friend Elidir, who
Who's
by this
actually one
point-
of my followers in my tower, also now.
That's
Yep.
right. Oh, I
Yep.
love that.
Steve made up.
We've come to some sort of agreement.
And so Elidir is by now finished with the teleportation circle at Angevine House in Lysantia, the capital city of Cormantia. And basically has chosen to rejoin you after spending a year there casting teleportation circle every day. Yeah, and now Elidir kind of, although she is one of your followers, Kiona, she kind of halves and halves her time between your tower and her duties with the Unbroken Circle as a resident librarian and archivist there. And this seems to be working out just fine with Untralor, who essentially now, whenever you go to pay a visit to the Unbroken Circle, Elidir is your liaison, so that Untralor does not have to deal with you directly.
He doesn't have to.
My God.
You have mercilessly
better that
trolled
way
him
anyway.
into oblivion.
Oh God.
So
Honestly, good bridge.
Elidir is kind of like your Q, the Q to your James Bond. Whenever
For a
you
minute, I
need
thought
something,
your
she's
Q,
like,
he was in Star Trek, and I'm like,
I was
"Wait,
thinking
what?"
cute.
No.
What? Like,
No,
what?
no, no.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
God. Yeah, let's not.
No. No, the Q to your James Bond, and so Elidir presents you with, yeah, this is a really neat device. It's kind of like a spatial pocket watch, and essentially, you set it here to, the time, if you will, of when you set out, and then when you want to go back, all you need to do is rewind the watch back to that time, and poof, and then she sort of moves the minute hand back a little bit, and she disappears in front of your eyes, and then a couple seconds later walks back in through the door that she had walked in through when she met you just now.
Handy.
Oh, wow. I feel like that
Did
was
you
coming
get all that,
handy a long
Kiona?
time ago.
Well,
So, Kiona watched what she did, but she has no idea what she did with that thing. She was like, well, she moved the little...
Yeah.
Kiona jiggles it a little bit.
how about I just do this? And she pulls out her notebook and writes down the instructions.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That is a good idea. Right on. And so the way we're gonna play this is we're gonna have you scout around the area. It is gonna be a skill challenge, It's going to work a little bit differently from skill challenges in the past. So in the past, it's been, for example, you need to make 3 successes before 3 failures. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move your little player token on the map to the closest point to the Forbidden Territory that you have previously visited. And I think the Roll20 preview is frozen on stream there.
There it
because
goes.
it should be over here, yeah. Okay. So this is the closest point. This is the sort of borderlands of the Melkari territory.
That's where we
that
crossed
you
the
had
river and
visited
lost the
last
horses.
time. Yeah. What we're gonna do is basically at 3 failures, you're gonna be put into a position where basically you're gonna cross into Melkari lands and try to move around as stealthily as you can. The DC for your rolls is going to tick up as time goes by because your ability to stay hidden from, patrols, from scrying by the sorcerers, things like that, diminishes the more time you spend there, right? And obviously, the deeper inside their territory you go, the higher chances of being spotted. Every success you get is a hex that you can move into to explore. Once you hit 3 failures, you're essentially forced to use the device to teleport yourselves back to Dalkalash. And so basically what you want to see is with the ticking difficulty class, how much of this map you can unlock before you are forced back. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So
I think
you
so.
find yourselves, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little bit different. So you find yourselves at the banks of a river where it joins a Great Lake. In the distance to the southwest is the Tower of the Sorceress that you had previously overcome. And that was essentially sort of the gateway into the Melkari lands from the east. So that's kind of your starting point. So, starting with a low difficulty class, who wants to go first? And remember, the way this works is you can't repeat the same skill within a round. And you individually can't replicate the same skill twice. So, in round 1, let's say Foodle uses stealth in round 1. Nobody else in round 1 can use stealth.
Mhm.
But in round 2, somebody else can use it. Right? And then Foodle can't use that skill
Yeah, that
anymore
makes-
for the rest of this skill challenge.
Okay.
Well,
Right.
I feel like
Gotcha.
Fiona getting the animal handling out of the way with the horses. Having
right,
given
well.
them the brushing by Afima's brush with their special horseshoes, and hers has a saddle blanket, but that would be a 31. That was a nat 20, you guys.
Oh my god. Damn.
Thank you, Afima's special
Wow.
brush.
Wow, wow,
Thank
wow,
you.
wow.
Yay, I'm glad I nat 20'd on the easiest one.
Okay. We're going to say a nat 20 gets you 2 spaces.
Ooh.
So shall I start out moving you southwest into the border forts territory? You can get a good look at the sort of
Yeah.
contours of it there. I'm actually going to shrink down the icon. Oh, shrink down the icon a little bit. So that's a little bit. There we go. Yeah, so this is sort of the ziggurat style black stone fortress that you had come across before. Riding sort of off trail through the bush on your horses, expertly navigating them. You're able to see finally this expansive lake that the sorceress's border citadel was built on. You can see in the distance there is some woodland to the south and southeast of you, and basically this expansive lake that you are on the shores of. And you can move one more space. You cannot move north, northwest, or southwest, so you can't move here, here, or here, because it's all water in front of you.
Then
But
south.
you can move here or here.
I feel, well, yeah, south, I think, is
South?
probably the direction Kiona would look toward.
Okay. And that takes you into the woods. It's a small woodland here, not a huge expansive forest. And it kind of overlooks a ridge dipping low into a sort of lowland shore, because you know this being the moon coast shaped like a crescent from the sort of blank map. As you go further south, you're eventually going to reach the sea.
Right.
All right, that's Kiona. The difficulty class has ticked up a little bit. So who's next?
Since we're in the woods, can Foodle go next?
Yep.
Could Foodle use let's see. Where is it? This spell ghost from Bow the Distance's amazing awakened Forest Maiden's bracers to give him advantage on a nature roll to get them, moving through this forest at a...
Sure. Yep.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so Foodle will awaken the bracers and spend about 10 minutes assessing the area around them using these bracers. And he will, I don't know, maybe talk to, he's got like little speak with small beasts. Maybe he'll ask some squirrels and stuff, and let's make a nature check. Oh gosh, where are my dice? Here we go. Okay, that's a 3 on the dice. Let's hope for better than that. Okay, 19 on the die plus nature. Wow. 26 nature.
Okay, I'll say that's a success. Which way do you want to move? You pretty much have northwest, southwest, or northeast that you could move.
Okay. Foodle would like to consult with his party. Do we want to be completionists and check what's here? I'm inclined to follow the coast either way. So I'm going here or here. What do you guys think? If I can.
I really was thinking about that before too, and I just was like,
Because,
I
like,
went
what
south
if they're
because I was
there?
like, yeah.
And we just,
Yeah.
eating off into the... Oh, God.
we just went around.
Or they've
them.
got, like, what if they've got, like, an encampment or an old
Uh-huh.
keep or some shit? Like,
Right.
I don't fucking know. What do you think, Wolf?
I'm fine with it.
Okay. All right. So Foodle will move into this space just so we don't
Alright.
get flanked, we
Yep.
need to know what's behind us.
All right. And it is another stretch of the same forest. Good night, Bruce. Not much to say here. It's a little bit denser. It's sort of the where the bulk of the forest is located. This is sort of a very long, thin forest, and it kind of sort of thickens up north and south here, almost like a spoon shape, right? You're moving from the handle of the spoon to the bowl. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, at least now we know.
Crap.
All right, Mazza, you're up. The DC has ticked up a point.
Here's a question. Could I do something like
even to move into territory you've previously explored, you need
Right.
to make the rolls, right?
Could I don't know how I would roll this, but could I use something like, because we're in a forest, which has been previously established, but could I use the boots, no, my cape, to like climb up into the trees and like try and get a better vantage of like where we might be going, or get a view from above to help guide our steps?
Sure. Yeah. Roll a. This will be an athletics or acrobatics at advantage,
Okay. Okay.
since you have this fancy climbing cape.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I also rolled a nat 20 as my higher.
Wow.
So it would be a 31.
Okay. Since you're kind of not moving into the space, but you're climbing the tree, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you, since on a nat 20, you get 2 spaces uncovered, I'm going to give you the 2 spaces that you can basically access adjacent to here that
Okay.
haven't been uncovered yet. So the first one is this one.
Okay.
The second one is this one.
Sure.
Okay, so you basically have uncovered the rest of this cliff that,
Okay.
the rest of this ridge that plunges down into the lowlands.
Okay.
But this is your location.
Cool.
All right.
You
Is that
see,
athletics or acrobatics?
I used acrobatics because that's her better skill.
Okay.
You just see her like Narutoing across the trees. Like-
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing. All right. This is where you are.
Two striker.
The next person moves.
Me too.
It's going to be, there's not necessarily an initiative order. You can, the round's over, all 3 of you have gone. You could continue to proceed in the same order or change it up.
Sorry, I'm just looking at my skills. I'm trying to keep notes on all this. So we're on round 2.
Mhm.
God, the problem is I don't know how many rounds there are. I'm like, shit. Because once I use the skill, I can't use it again. You know what? Foodle could try survival to see if he can maybe find some Malkari tracks.
Mhm.
Get a bit of a lay of the land, that sort of thing.
Mhm. Mhm.
All right, he's gonna try it. Oh God. That is a total of 16 survival.
Sure. Yep. So you basically have 2 options for which way to go now to get deeper into Malkari land. You can skirt around the ridge and sort of descend the ridge over here, or you could circle back the way you came, and you do find some signs of foot traffic, travelers moving out of the land, and there's quite a bit more traffic coming from this direction.
All right.
There is
Foodle
from
is
the
gonna
east.
follow that direction.
Okay. All right. Mazar or Kiona?
Um,
Thoughts flutter.
Kiona has winged boots and also was thinking about the same kind of thing that Mazra just did, except, I don't know. I was actually thinking that maybe Kiona could use perception to see if there are anything that looks like, more of the things that were leading up to the tower, if there's any kind of, the evidence of one of those coming up or anything like that, that
Sure.
might help them find their way. Question mark?
Sure. So perception it is. 23?
23.
Yep. Okay. Do you move here or here?
I think back toward the river again.
Northwest or southwest?
Northwest.
Back towards the lake? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And so moving up here, there is what appears to be sort of an old road leading east-west along the shore of this lake, and the river that emerges from that lake. So it's sort of flowing east to west here into the lake, empties into this river. And so there's a road leading from the border fort along the shore of the lake westward into this forest that you found yourself on the edge of.
Yeah. Definitely feels like there must be more on that way then.
Okay. Mazza, you're up.
Does this seem like when we're saying there's more of them this way? Does it seem like recent? Would Fudo be able to tell that, or is it like long ago?
Seems old. Seems old.
Okay.
Acrobatics.
Oh, I used that already.
No.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
What?
Collie was asking in the chat.
Oh,
in the
okay.
Twitch Chat. That's okay.
Let's see. Could I do something with like? We could probably roll this as like a religion or arcana or something. But could I use my like, since we're dealing with a lot of undead, could I use like my paladin's kind of sense or skills to like get a feeling for like where?
Yeah.
I don't know how I would roll that, but
Yeah, roll religion at advantage.
okay.
Since you have that paladin divine
Alright.
sense.
Yeah, I figured I could kind of try and use like radar pings
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to show you my camera on my rolls.
Did you roll another nat 20?
Yeah. And I also rolled a 19 on the other die.
Wow.
I haven't touched
Wow.
them. My hands are here.
Yeah. Okay. Wolf's notes are notoriously sparse.
My notes
Wait,
are
where
pretty
are you
sparse
seeing my
too,
notes?
honestly.
Or lack of them.
All right. Well, yeah, your divine sense picks up quite a bit for you to explore, and
Okay.
since you rolled a nat 20, you can uncover 2 spaces. You can move
All
2
right.
spaces. So you can move
think-
northwest, you can move southwest, or you can move due south.
Okay. Foodle, Kiana, thoughts?
You're the one with the sense. You decide.
Am I getting pings from everywhere?
Mostly to the west.
Okay. Yeah, I'll point us that way then.
Well, there's a northwest or southwest.
No.
Okay.
What?
Regardless of where the token is on the map, you
Did not cross the river.
Do not. Yeah,
Yeah.
you didn't cross the river. You're on the south bank of this river. Sorry.
What was that roll? A religion? 23.
Yeah. So you followed this river, sort of to the west. It goes north and then curves around south a little bit. And you can see that it is going to kind of it's going to meet with another flow and kind of jackknife back and
Okay.
go southeast.
Because Mazra's wondering if, because the last fort had a culvert thing for water to come in, and she's like, maybe that'll happen again.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you have another space to move.
Oh, okay. Forward then.
Forward. Okay, so that's going to be southwest. I'm going to move you there, and basically you're on this little point of land in the very eastern corner of this hex, where you
Got it.
see that to the west and northwest there are sort of a great many tributaries sort of flowing together into a river that comes down, meets the river that you're following, and flows southeast towards the coast.
Okay.
Right. That is round 2. The difficulty class is climbing. You guys are rolling really well.
For now.
Yeah, this is where it's gonna start to get a little bit dicey. So
Yeah.
anybody can take their turn now.
Boodle has not used perception yet.
Okay.
Could he try to use his perception to try to see around them, look out for threats, that sort of thing? As they're moving
Yeah.
through this area? Okay.
Yeah. So you've been following Mazer's divine sense.
Mm.
So you know that there's a high concentration of undead in this area.
Well, it had to happen eventually. That is a nat 1 for a total of 17 perception.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That would get you over the DC, but for this, we're considering nat ones to be a failure.
All right.
Now, you still get to move, but you chalk up a failure.
Oof. All right.
So, from your perception, you can see that this once again you're on this little sort of corner of land on the very eastern edge of this hex, but across the river to the south in this forested area down here, you see signs of movement and activity in there.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if we can find a spot to ford the river, Foodle will get us down that direction.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And so you can move south, you can move southeast, you can move southwest. You really have like all these directions you can move in, but you said you were going to move south, so one of these 3 directions maybe.
Oh God. I will go southwest.
Okay.
Pushing us even further in. Oh God.
Yep.
Maybe that's a mistake. All right.
Sure. And as you kind of cross through the northern, sort of the northwest edge of this forest, you see sort of this forest is more like this swampy wetland, and buried deep inside these trees are squat, broad stone crypts. strange lights glowing from within them. Roll me a religion or arcana or intelligence check, whoever wants to do it. All three you can if you want.
So religion, arcana. Okay.
24 on Arcana.
Or just intelligence. Yeah, 24. Nice.
They're all 3 for me.
Foodle got a 5 total, so we're gonna. Oh, guys, I don't know.
I got
Yeah.
a 14 total.
14 total. Mazra, there's a lot of undead here. And it seems to be, some sort of concentration of necromantic magic. You don't really understand what it is, but you can kind of put 2 and 2 together. Foodle is putting 2 and 2 together, and he's getting blue. And he doesn't think that's quite right. The math doesn't check out on that. Kiona, with your 24 Arcana roll, this is basically these ancient crypts that are stocked full of the denizens of the Forbidden Territory who have passed over the centuries. Perhaps in the cataclysm that wiped this place out thousands of years ago. Perhaps even more recently, perhaps members of the Melkari Society who themselves passed away over time. You kind of, you recall the bit of the lore dump that you got before, that this is the Melkari are a dwindling society, right? Their
yeah,
numbers
this is
are
something
fading.
Denari told me for sure.
Yeah,
This
that's
is-
right.
Yeah.
Basically, these crypts are undead spawners, for lack of a better word, incubators of the undead army.
Getting the Valheim vibes.
Yeah, a little bit. All right. So that was Foodle's move. Mazra or Kiona, you can make your move next. You have 1 failure. 2
What
to
do you
go.
think, Flutter? You want to go or you want me to go?
You go.
Okay. Can I use stealth to move us to try and stay away from?
You haven't used that one yet, right?
No, I haven't.
Okay, yeah.
I was saving it.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, she's just like keeping an eye out and kind of trying to move the whole group in a
Sure.
way that's.
Without getting spotted by these like ghouls and
Mhm.
zombies and skeletons that are shambling around.
Okay, so I rolled a 4. However, I now have this, and because I do have proficiency
Mhm.
in stealth.
Mhm. So it's a 10.
Yes, so it's a 10 plus
Okay.
11, so 21.
Yeah, that's plenty.
Yay!
So you manage to evade detection by the undead hordes as you move. To your
Amazing.
west, you see mountains kind of rising up into the air. There's a tributary of that great river that you spied back here.
Mhm.
To your north, the forest is to your east. What appears to be sort of flatlands to your south.
So were the undead like here?
They were in this wooded
Okay.
wetland.
Well, I don't want to go straight for the mountain, but like I have a feeling that there would be, if there's a bunch of undead here, you would think that there would be a keep somewhere nearby that would be making use of them. So maybe I'll try north first.
Okay. Guess what?
What? Chicken butt. Amazing.
Oh shit!
He did it. Look at the logic.
Gas.
Oh,
It's a big brain
shit.
play right here.
Occasionally, I
That's
do
right,
use
be
my
rocking
mind.
it.
Damn.
So you follow that that sort of river wellspring northward, emerging into sort of like a cataract kind of area, lined with rivers, and guarding the sort of promontory of these rivers, the passages of them, is a large ancient keep burning with blue-white fires. The walls and the surrounding environs outside the walls of the keep are positively swarming with undead. Some of them marching in tight box-like formations, being drilled by a minority of intelligent undead, and overseen by living officers.
Gross.
This seems to be where the main portion of the Melkari army is staged at this keep. And there are hundreds, perhaps thousands of soldiers here. The army that Adarzaxos brought, just as you suspected, was essentially a little demonstration, a reconnaissance force to come and test you, see what you were all about. The vast majority of his forces were held back here.
Well, I guess he wasn't joking. Yeah.
Fiona would like to roll an Arcana check to see if she can kind of suss out how many potential, maybe with Adelati, she could try to suss out if there's a lot, or maybe a middling or lesser amount of wild magic type sorcery people about. I'm thinking. I'm really hoping this roll goes well after the last one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, baby.
There are quite a few here. Not hundreds, right? Like,
she's a little bit relieved to feel that, at least.
Yeah.
she has this built up in her head a lot, so she's.
Well, these Melkari are definitely the elite few of these wild magic sorcerers. Are definitely the elite few of Melkari society, which seems to be mostly made up of constructs and undead servitors. Even so, the presence of Korai wild magic here is pretty potent and pretty intimidating. Something you don't want to mess with.
So how far, from Dalkalash, how far away is this from where we are?
Several days, maybe a week's march.
Okay. assuming a week's march, assuming that an army has to stop to sleep, or an undead army.
An
just
undead army doesn't.
walking.
I was gonna say our
Well-
armies have to.
We said, what did we do when we were exploring? We did 3 cycles, 2 cycles
Yeah.
of travel, 1 cycle of rest, right?
Mhm.
So 1, 2, rest, 1, 2, rest, 1, 2, rest. That's 3 days. 1, 2, rest, 4. 1, 2, rest, 5. 1, 2, rest, 6. Look at that. Exactly a week.
Damn,
The most direct
he's
route
good.
that you could take here is exactly a week. Look at that. The undead army could make it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 5 days. It would take you 7 days. It would take your army 7 days. It would take them 5 days.
That's concerning.
Hmm. Well, now we know.
145 football fields. That's right, Megan.
Do we think there's other keeps out there?
Probably.
I'd imagine there are a couple more like that one we were in before.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully not as big, but yeah. Like, is this one, right? Like you were saying, Kiona.
All right. Well, where do you want to move next? We'll say you succeeded at the roll, Kiona, so you can decide where you want to move.
Oh, I don't know. I'm thinking if we can see this from the front, should we try to scout around behind it? Or should we try to cover more territory between us and them?
Yeah. Well, because is there a mountain behind it?
Yeah, this
Okay.
is kind of located in a mountain valley, and all the river tributaries are kind of running down from the mountains as like glacial melt, and it's kind of like in a bowl shape with the fort in the middle.
Right. So then Kiona is gonna kind of be like, that maneuver where you like sneak up the ridge and you kind of peek over the edge and then you crawl back down the ridge. She wants to move to the northeast, kind of back off of this place a little bit, get some distance. and hopefully
Northeast, okay.
Safety from it.
Yep. Okay.
She didn't like necessarily feeling all of those magic users within close distance. She's almost certain that they could feel her if they were looking too. So she doesn't want to get close enough to risk that, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. All right. It's a new round. Who's going next?
So can we? So for the entire exercise, we can't reuse skills, or it's just
You can't
everyone
reuse the skill that you used.
that we used. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, by the way, Woof, you used reliable talent. What was the skill that you used?
No,
then?
that's not a. It was stealth.
It's a feat.
Uh,
Yeah.
Stealth. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I was just
Or yeah.
stealth. Okay. Because I want to track which skills we've used. Because
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
we're around 4, and we may not remember, right? Or next
Yeah.
time, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Foodle has used nature, survival, and perception. Could he? Here's a question for you, Ghost. So Foodle has decent persuasion. Could he use his speak with small beasts and try to persuade them to, tell them where
Sure.
things might be that sort of navigate, right?
Yeah. It's a safe path away from.
Yeah. Oh, that makes me
scariness
so happy.
items.
Thank you, Ghost.
Yeah.
I love this Speak with Small Beasts. Oh, it's my favorite. So Foodle will find some squirrels and owls and stuff. All right, here we go. Oh, freaking stay on the table, please. Okay, so 7 plus 14, so 21.
We have plus 14 persuasion. That's amazing.
It's because of his last level up. He took.
Yeah.
What was the feat? I think it was skilled, or something. So he got
Yeah.
another proficiency and expertise in a skill or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, no, he's decent at persuasion, but everything else
Yeah.
is shit as far as
Yeah.
charisma. Anyway.
All right. Okay, yeah. So the small animals, they very adorably tell you that, this way, Two Legs. You can pass through the forest safely this way. Yeah, which way do you want to go? Call you're muted. I don't know if you know.
Oh, sorry. I was just getting everything down my notes. I would like to go. So is this a mountain range to the northwest?
Yeah, to the northwest, and to the north.
So could Foodle move north?
Sea mountains. You could move
Oh,
north. Yeah.
north.
You know,
Okay.
There's mountains there too. Yeah.
Oh, there are. Okay. But it's a
Yeah.
space that we could move into, whereas northwest we
Yeah.
can't or can.
Yeah, that would be pretty tough. You'd be moving up the
Okay.
mountains at that point.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go north then. We don't need to.
Okay. Yeah. And so you come up to the foot of a mountain. You can see like the mountain range is kind of curving along in this direction, sort of a southwest to northeast. There are little signs of Melkari activity, or indeed activity of any kind here.
I mean, it's a nice view, but I don't know if this helps.
Yep. Who's next?
I can see you talking, Wolf, but you're
Oh,
muted.
I'm sorry. From what I'm seeing here, we're kind of at a so what I'm kind of getting is it's like mountains kind of like this. Is that what I'm
Yeah. And it's getting pretty impassable.
kind
at
of
this
like
point.
this here?
Yeah. I'll tell you that basically the only directions you can move in at this point are back down here or southeast.
Okay. And then this over here, so I know this is a cliff over here. Did we see what was over the cliff? Was it just more forest or was it water?
Like sort of a lowland that you
Okay.
presume is heading towards the ocean.
Okay. So because we know the ocean kind of curves. Maz was thinking it would not be super wise of them to build like a giant fortress in an open plain lands because it would be so easy to see. So she might try and take them back kind of this
Southeast,
direction.
okay.
Yeah.
You need to pick a skill.
Yeah.
And make it roll.
Let's see. I mean, she has perception, but she's going. Well, can she just do like a intelligence check?
Nope.
Or what would make sense? Because she's trying to use what little she knows about like geography. So maybe like history or something.
That would be nature.
Nature. Okay, I'll try that then.
Yeah.
She's trying to big brain again, so we'll see.
I mean, even if at the end that's essentially just an intelligence check, you gotta pick which skill you use.
I rolled a 19. Fuck's sake.
You guys are crazy.
22.
Dude,
Look,
what is
Okay.
happening?
it's the green dice are doing good today. They've betrayed me before.
Yeah, and so you kind of come back down the mountains into the forests. This forest seems to be fairly pristine and untouched.
Okay.
That
It was
nature.
yeah, nature.
Nature. Right. Who's next? I think it's Kiona next, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, Foodle's already gone
Fiona's the
round
only
4.
one. Yeah.
Yep.
Guys,
You can do it.
Going to cartwheel her way through the forest. I don't know. She's got to use acrobatics. We got to find a way.
Do it. Use your boots to
That
fly
is
around.
so on
I
brand
mean,
for
she's
Kiona.
got her boots.
Just
She
cartwheeling.
just
Just cartwheel through the forest.
gets out front and starts
Jump
cartwheeling.
I mean, I
from
have
tree
a
to tree with your boots.
suggestion,
Ooh, 13.
but I don't know how you would
Oh,
roll.
that's dope.
Okay.
That's super
That
cool.
is a failure.
No.
Fiona has no direction and doesn't know what to do.
Yeah,
This
you
is
do
the
get to move
first
still.
one?
You do get to
Oh,
move
yeah,
still,
but we have
but the
another
sort
failure.
of the alert level is rising.
Right. I think I would like to move southeast.
Southwest.
South. Yes.
Right.
That. There.
As you move through the forest, it becomes less and less pristine and less untouched. And you kind of emerge out of the tree line onto this, flat plain leading to the lake on the other side of the lake from the sorceress's border fort. And this part of the forest has been hewn down. The flat plain that you're in is essentially a logging camp. And you kind of have to dodge undead who are chopping through these trees at an alarming rate. Whatever they're planning here, they need a lot of wood for it.
What? They chopping all these trees down.
The trees are strong, my lord. Rip them all down.
God, sorry, I was
Sorry.
yeah. Amazing.
That's right.
Masra
They
is
hate
unimpressed
trees being
Yoda
chopped.
about trees, but she knows it upsets Foodle, so.
Yeah. Okay, that's a failure. You're at 2 failures now. One more failure, and you're gonna have to skedaddle. So the round is reset. Anybody can make their move now.
Okay, where are we?
I have.
Oh.
So the DC keeps rising. Foodle has a plus 18 in stealth that he has not used. Should Foodle go first, and then you guys figure out what
Yes.
you want to do
Do
next?
it.
Yeah.
I have
All right.
one. I have one good skill left as well. So.
I have like
Okay.
nothing left, so please.
I'm
Okay,
keeping one
so we'll
in
go
reserve.
first, and then. All right.
Yeah.
Foodle's gonna try. He's, the eyes are on us now, right? We can. Foodle's noticed people. There's people, following us, that sort of thing. So he's gonna try to get us to sneak into the next area. with a stealth. Now, just please don't nat one this. Come on. Like, I got a plus 18. Okay. That is, I rolled an 18, so that's a 36.
I'll say that succeeds.
Okay,
which
thank you.
direction do you want to move in? You basically
Uh,
you can move. Yeah, you can move into any of these spaces that you've seen before, except for this space because you need to cross the lake to do that. Or there's deeper into the forest to the north or the northeast.
Okay, Foodle's confident in Mazra, and you know what? He believes in Kiona, even though she may not. So he's going to move us south so that those two can explore a couple more spaces down toward the coast. And that's Foodle.
Okay. You successfully dodge a patrol of undead bone walkers, skeletons in full armor, who are roaming the countryside. The patrols are getting more frequent now, and it's becoming more difficult to conceal yourselves from them. Kiona or Mazra?
What do you think, Flutter? You want me to go? Or you want to go?
Yeah, unless you want a song and dance from Kiona.
I mean, you could song and dance to.
Performance is
distract-
her next best skill, okay, you
You could-
guys?
What if you dressed up like an undead and you like distracted them with some performance?
Have one fail left.
Rope tricks. Yeah.
Yeah. Can we use spells and things?
You can use
Does that
spells to give
count?
yourself advantage on rolls.
Could you
On
use
skill rolls.
Have you used perception yet?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Or you could use performance if you polymorphed yourself and pretended to be a animal. I'll go first. I'm gonna use
All right.
Okay. So I know that when we were coming around, we knew that there was a swampy area here, and then
Yeah.
we know that there's a lake here. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna use my investigation skills to try and discover like what would be the best path for us to thread to kind of make it going forward.
That's a very
Using my
tenuous use of the
deduction
investigation
skills to-
skill.
Look and see what paths others
Fine.
may have taken previously.
Fine.
And-
Yeah.
You're very forgiving of my bullshittery.
I started with it with this stupid investigation skill and whatever.
Okay, I rolled a 14, and that's 14 plus 15, so whatever that is.
Sure. All right, where do you want to move?
I think here.
All right. So you rejoin the river that you assume is the same river that turns southeast down here. Yeah, and you kind of come down to the edge of the ridge, a part of the ridge that slopes downward and joins the lowland. And sure enough, this river is flowing southwards towards where you know the coast is. There is, alongside this river, on the side that you're on, a road that follows the river.
Toward the coast?
Yep. All right. Kiona, you're up.
You just used
Come on, you-
persuasion, didn't you?
No, I used
Oh.
Yeah, persuasion.
Besides-
Foodle used it last round, so it's open this round,
It's open,
but
to
just
you,
not
yeah.
by Foodle. Yeah.
Okay. Could Kiona, if there were, say, a thing that they had to get through quickly, to avoid being seen by a patrol or something, cast haste and use persuasion to get the horses to do what she wants them to do? I know that's animal handling. I just...
No.
Or performance, maybe? Performance. She trained the horses and...
You could use performance to get the horses to do tricks, which would not
not do what I
help
want
you.
that to
Yeah,
do. Right.
yeah.
Yeah, you guys. We're gonna have
Could
to
you use
roll a thing that we
performance
don't have
to-
anything in.
Could you use performance to
C'est la vie.
inspire us to move faster?
No.
Because performance can also be oratory.
Unfortunately,
and, like,
I'm not a bard.
She's, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. She's been very specific about what her performance skill is.
Well,
Yeah. Okay. Alright, my next best option here is going to be, oh my god, believe it or not, it's deception or intimidation. But, okay. None of these help, you guys! I guess we'll try stealthing it. God.
do it. I believe in you.
I believe.
18.
18.
According to the rules of this challenge, you cannot use stealth because Foodle used it.
Oh,
This
never
round.
mind.
Oh,
this
round,
God.
I mean,
Yeah.
keep the roll, but you got to choose a different skill.
Yeah.
Or up
Or
to
maybe
Ghost.
Yeah.
right?
something that
Like-
has
It
the
to
same.
be a dex skill.
No.
Are we still in the woods? We're not in the woods anymore, right?
You're not in the
I
woods right
mean-
now.
You could use your dex to like find a smooth way down the hill using athletics or
Well,
acrobatics.
okay, so survival is only a +1 and that one was a +2. Is it, would a 17 work?
No better than the 18. The difficulty class is 19.
Oh, well then it
my
didn't even work
gosh.
anyway, you
Can you
guys.
tides of chaos yourself? Does that work?
Oh yeah, she could roll. She could.
In
she
this
could,
case,
she
close
could
up here?
bend luck.
Okay. Bends that luck.
Bend luck. Bend luck adds a D4. And it was a 4. Okay.
Oh!
Okay, that makes it a success. Yeah,
Yay! You did it!
you bend luck
Hell
into a
yeah!
success.
I believed in you.
Yay!
Okay. Amazing. Fiona's not exactly sure what she did, but somehow they managed to get through.
Yeah. Okay. What did you end up using?
That would have been. It would have had
Not
to
stealth,
have been,
but-
survival.
Survival you used. Okay.
There's some
Yeah,
random
so
thing
you-
that she learned on the farm.
You pick a path down into the lowlands. So which way do you want to go? You can't go here
I
because
can't
you'd
go
be
across
crossing
the river, right? I
Yeah.
think that can she go northwest?
She can, yeah.
And skirt the river on that side.
Back up the river. Yeah.
I think? Question mark?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, which way do you want to go? What?
That way?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
You're
All right.
breaking her with so many choices, Ghost Pepper.
It's just he's got to pick a direction. That's
Wait,
all.
did we go back upwards?
We did, because there was
Yeah.
a big. We didn't explore that.
Yeah, there was
space.
a big gap.
Oh, I thought
But
that
we're
was
still on the north side of the river.
It's where the
Yeah, and so
Those were on the other
You-
side. No, that was over there.
yeah. So you kind of map out. Yeah, you're on the sort of north bank of the river. But from here, you can look out across the river and spy out more of those crypts in this part of the forest here.
Oh, great.
Right. I think that's a new round. I think that's a new turn.
Yep.
You got one failure left.
So when the round turns over, other people can reuse skills.
Yeah,
So like
not skills that they themselves had already
Collie
used,
could
but-
use religion because he hasn't used it. Right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's right. I see your
Yeah.
icon light up. Oh, there's Collie.
Well, okay, so Kiona used. So what did Kiona use? Sorry.
Survival.
Survival.
Survival. Oh, and got a success. I'm so proud. Foodle's so proud.
We had to bend luck for it, though.
Okay. You know what? That's
we had
worth
to
'cause
cheat a
we
little
might get.
bit.
Hey, we might get one extra tile out of this, right? Like
It's
we're
okay.
on the knife's edge.
All right. Who's moving next?
All right, what has
I believe in
Foodle
you.
not used? Let's see. Foodle has used nature, survival, perception, persuasion, stealth. Nature, perception, persuasion,
This has lasted so
stealth.
much longer than I expected it to.
I know. I can't believe
We're-
we're still in
We're
it.
elite. We're
Um,
so amazing.
Foodle could try. No one has used it, and I don't think any of you can use it this round. He's gonna follow in Kiona and Mazra's footsteps and try some acrobatics. Maybe climbing up some trees or something high. And
Sure.
yeah, let's see.
All right.
So I've got a plus 12, which is not okay. 7 plus 12 for a total of 19. 6.
The DC was 20.
Oh, all right.
Oh dear.
Yeah, unless
Hey.
anybody's got anything, it's a 19. Poodle has
So
I
you get to
I
look.
could
You get
bend
to
luck
look
all
at
day
a
if you
tile.
want.
No, no,
I've got enough sorcery
that's it
points
for
to
bend
do
luck.
that a lot.
no. That's it for bed luck. You get
So
to
we
look
have
at a
3
tile,
failures.
Collie.
Okay, we get to look at a tile and then we're heading home. I think there's only 2 tiles that I can uncover.
Yep. That's right.
I'm gonna uncover the one closest to the fortress, so to the west southwest.
Yep.
There we go.
And yeah, basically climbing around the trees, you are able to complete sort of the mapping of the circumference of this undead spawning swamp. It opens up into a open plain overlooking yet another ridge. Kind of down this way is another ridge of land overlooking the lowland.
Is the
and it's at this
lowland
point
trees or just plains? Like
more plains, more like
Okay.
plains, little bits of trees here and there, sort of little groves.
do I see any
No
giant
forests.
mosquitoes flying around?
No. You do see these huge furry locks
Oh god.
and bubbling tar pits.
Oh, no.
And tall pillars of stone upon which one is built an absolutely cursed and perpetually half finished construction.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
Yeah,
There's an old hermit who lives out there.
yeah, rocking back and forth in front of his campfire about how his house will never be finished. Flashback
Amazing.
to that freaking Valheim build. Flutter, you can theoretically build on those huge stone pillars in the plains, but it's not worth it. I'll tell you that right now. It's not worth it.
Oh my god.
That's
Delightful.
Stone.
Oh my gosh.
I would never try.
Because you could use the stone pillars as grounding all the way up, right?
Yeah,
like, just
yeah.
like using a tree.
Yeah.
But it's not. They're not perfectly straight, so all your measurements will be off.
Uh-huh.
Just don't do it.
Yeah.
Just don't. I tried it. I'm happy I tried it. I'm never doing it again.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, at this point, the patrols are just getting too frequent. They're crossing too closely. You guys decide to pull the plug. Take out your little position rewinder watch and bamf yourselves back to Dal Kalash. But you have uncovered a pretty sizable chunk of Melkari territory from the Black Granite Border Fort, where you tangled with the sorceress. The forest is being chopped down over here. The Great River flowing from the lake, joining sort of these sort of tributaries, mountain glacier fed tributaries into this grand river that slopes southwards towards the coast. The undead nursery in this forest, this sort of like essentially RTS barracks, constantly spawning undead hordes, and this grand fort located right here, protected on three sides by mountains, where a massive undead army is being drilled.
Out of curiosity, outside of that stuff, our little border, are we expanding that? I feel like Foodle built a thing on the other side of town, and like,
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, so the way that's gonna work is it has to do with the size of your army. I think that's what we
okay.
agreed. So we can handle this. We can handle this next time. We can handle this between sessions. But basically, the number of units that you have in total is the number of sort of border squares that you can permanently have. You know, your fog of war turned off on. In fact, if I move you here, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll need to figure out how to do that. But we can handle that next time. We can expand your border next time.
I see your
Yeah,
thing
your-
lighting up again.
Your thing is lining up.
Oh, sorry, I was just blowing my nose. You're fine. I should have
okay.
muted.
Oh, it's okay. That's
No,
okay.
you're
Sorry.
fine. We couldn't hear it, so it's
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
All right.
That is where we're ending tonight's session.
all right.
Guys, we did good.
Fucking-
Did a
I
lot.
can't believe Freaking, we made it 6 rounds. Like, damn.
That's
That's
amazing.
great.
Yeah. That's pretty
See,
good.
we can be
Yeah.
competent when we put our minds
You
to it.
can
When
be.
Roll20 allows
The
us to
most
roll a bunch
discreet
of high
We have
Fair.
ever been.
Or when I remember
Yeah.
to use actual dice for once.
Right, but Roll20 loved me tonight. I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty nice to
I
me.
didn't have anyone to bully tonight.
Mm.
Can I answer a question before wrapping up? Yes, I can.
Mega.
What's the question, Megan? But thank you guys. I'm fading fast.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
me too.
I have been.
Same, dude.
I have been
100%,
fading for the
yeah.
last like half hour. So
No, it's okay.
Oh.
We're
Yeah.
on the Flutter
You've
channel,
been
so
you've been
we
holding
wrap
up
it up
well.
here.
So. Oh, Flutter!
Oh,
I know you
yes.
don't usually raid, but I have a raid target if you're interested.
Oh, you do. I was gonna say if we're gonna wrap it up, I'm okay with just wrapping it up. So,
Okay.
But if you have somebody, I guess we can do that. Yeah. Who is it?
Here, I'll say.
Okay.
Yeah, how did Eladir get picked out again as one of your followers?
I want Darfin
How did
as
that
my
happen?
battle
Oh,
master. In my
That's
fleet.
not an answer to the question.
We
Shut up.
built when we first built the tower. Eladir, she got a follower, and it was Eladir.
She was your
the
level
first
1
tower.
because you
follower.
rolled.
Yeah.
You rolled like a scribe or something like that.
Yes. Yeah. I
Yeah.
have it written here somewhere.
Okay.
I just gotta figure
Yeah.
it out. Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
So that she can make us
Yep.
scrolls.
Yep.
At a
Yeah,
discounted
Megan. So
rate.
that's how it's gonna work. They roll on the follower table, and it tells you what kind of follower you got. And yeah, I agree. I would love to use guest characters for that whenever possible. Carly and Bo,
Get it,
Carly
Bo.
and Bo, stay in your lane. I'm the dungeon master. It's my responsibility to exercise control over the table.
Look, right now
if-
he is my daddy, and I have to do what he says.
If people are answering my questions with non sequiturs, then it is fair for me to silence that.
All right, guys, I'm gonna fire off this raid message or this
All right.
raid. Feel free to edit these
All
and
right.
use them however you want
Yeah.
for the raid.
Good night, y'all. We'll see you next time.
No, Carly.
Bye, everybody.
There
Bye.
should be
I
a
put-
space there.
Bye.
Bye, friends. Have a good night. We'll see you all next 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now
Yeah.
on Ghost Pepper's channel. Okay? See you all then. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, he's good for a raid and dip.
Yeah.
Butter, so.
Good. Right on. Right on. Right on.